then a few days later, she didn't lay any more, but then there was like this big bulge. So I thought she was probably egg bound and was stuck in there one way or another. And last night I took it upon myself to get it out.
How did it taste?
Like chicken.
It's in the refrigerator right now. I hadn't eaten it yet. But
Make a very low-cal diet.
I manually like squeezed it out. And yeah. And because it was really coming down to like she was gonna die if I didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna really take her to the vet because there's a lot of reasons, but it was either something I was gonna be able to take care of by myself or not. And
you did.
it was it was so crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
There's what?
It was not easy.
The important thing is now you have a free source of eggs.
Yeah, and there's more in there because I noticed this morning there's another like bulge, and I'm like, if she doesn't lay that one on her own, I guess I'll be a little more used to what to do. You got to push and squeeze a lot harder than you feel is right. I was really worried I was going to hurt her, but like I said, it was just like all or nothing. I'm going to make you watch next time if I have to.
Bring it here. We can stream it. Ready?
I really, yeah. Ooh, if I have to do the next one like that, we're definitely gonna record it.
On YouTube, get some hits.
There are like
You can
seltzers
do the reaction
and
part.
some beers and I think
Okay,
there was
yeah.
one cider in there. So if anybody wants.
Mm.
And there are delicious chocolate cookies.
Yeah, those are
Margaret.
so good. Okay,
Drum roll.
Yes.
oh, the letter. You know, I
Oh,
forgot
yes.
to read
I
it.
never
when
even
I
did
thought-
Patches.
I read it.
Lots of
I
people
mostly
say stuff
forgot
in
to
there.
respond to you until
Yeah.
like this morning. I was like, oh.
Do you understand it?
Not at all.
We
Oh.
were
In or out of character.
we were trying to decipher it, and
There are some
I
things
read
that I'm
it a little
definitely
bit, but-
interested in. I just need to
really just
figure
use
out
this
the time
position
that would have happened.
to
You want that brief
make
version?
Frank. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I read it, but then I
that
forgot
right
to
now.
read
Missing
it closely.
Imperial Army.
yeah, it's
Something like that.
I forgot all about it.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're bored of work one Sunday. Basically.
Fate of the world is in our hands.
Oh, it's cool. It makes it feel like. I just need to read this after.
We're getting stumped by that McDonald's puzzle.
The key takeaway I had from it was
The key is
the
you
dragon
start
was
at the
interested in
center
the bright
of
light
the-
that was in Deep Magic Story.
Start at
That was
the
very
end.
magical, and it killed some people, and it may not be there.
Oh, is that
They-
what? Okay, that's what the thing that was in the.
The time to
So that shield only raised my
Champ.
AC by, was it an additional one?
There
I
was
think
two
by
types
additional
of
one.
magic.
Okay, and then resistant to light.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that puts my AC at
Yeah, I
24.
don't know the spaghetti.
I said I'll take note of that.
Yeah, but no.
How did you know?
No, I just made some spaghetti.
Yeah, you probably smell like garlic.
No.
We didn't do anything else, right?
Garlic's fantastic. It wouldn't be a problem.
What about the dagger?
You can't have too much garlic in a
I forgot about it.
I mean, I guess you can, but I've never met one.
I think I have something
It's
built.
probably
I'm not
done.
sure if I added it to your.
It's to the point where it becomes fatal.
I don't remember.
That's when you gotta cut it off.
Yeah, but then
Let's
I-
see.
I started working on something. I'm not sure if I.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't like through trial and error. I haven't found too
I don't
much
see it.
garlic to go in the spaghetti sauce. Every time I'll just put this much in, and it's always just like,
One time there was.
oh, not too much.
How do you
Yeah,
put
the
it
shield
in?
is
And then-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
How do you put it in?
Shield shit. I was gonna say.
Is it minced or
No, take a few cloves and roughly chop it and throw it in first.
from it? You can get more,
Yeah, I
more
didn't
flavor
put it in
with
there.
the smaller you can make it.
No.
I
Put the
guess
potion in
that
there.
was the trick in Goodfellas when he was doing it
So
really.
it's
just
the
melt.
razor.
I'm not sure if I even ever figured it or finished.
I like
it.
to leave it kind of chunky.
Some
That's a little
surprise.
surprise, yeah. The
That's what I
habanero.
mean, so it doesn't burn and just get kind of like soft little
I'll
chunks.
figure it out. All right. Stuff.
So,
Things. Picking up where we last left off. we're kind of in a holding pattern a little bit. Y'all are staying at Roland's parents' place, in the guest house, and it's just the beginning of spring. You found a large piece of amethyst that seems to really amplify any spell you channel through it, but also might be dangerous to use? Question mark. And you have a promissory kind of note that you can turn in at a oh gosh, an army quartermaster for the Tal'Dorei army, but you don't have any cash from it yet.
You guys spend this, right?
It's like 13 grand, right?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Maybe we
Yeah.
should like.
It was like
make a
13 and some
big
change,
purchase.
13.5.
Yeah.
13.5 sounds right. We also have
I wrote it down
Dispatch.
somewhere.
No by
Yeah.
car.
and lots and lots of
Get
signatures that we could use
Yeah.
later for other interesting things.
Cart. Room? Room?
Hmm?
And we could use it for a big purchase. We could buy a car.
A down payment on a cart.
You could always buy a war elephant and get a caravan.
I like where this is going.
I like the one.
I think, I don't know, I'm just going off of my memory. Like the war elephant and the PHP is like 5,000 gold or something like that.
If we created
It's
It's
ridiculous.
hefty.
a rickshaw-based
And the
ride-sharing
caravan is like
economy
2,000.
in this town,
Mhm.
it would make us money, and we
Yeah.
could always use it. So
Together, it's quite
The
a bit.
gig economy of Tal'Dorei.
we just don't let them unionize. 'Cause they don't need one.
Sure they don't.
Well, just make the whatever the people that tug them, make them undead. Reprogram.
Yeah, you want union? Okay, I'll unionize you,
No,
kill you,
no,
and raise you
no.
from the dead. You're now my union.
You need to do is get the plane shift spell, and then you can take people back and forth to different planes. You call it rift.
You know what it
Instead
is?
of lift.
We get people who are really in
yeah.
debt.
No.
We buy off their debt. We say we don't need to worry about
We put
selling
them in
them.
indentured servitude.
Whenever you're done, we'll take over the debt then, and you can just, until your corpse makes up the money, we'll just keep it.
Anyway, what are we actually doing?
I don't even remember where I'm at. I think I made it back.
Yeah,
I
we
think,
had,
yeah, I think we
Made
made
it
it
back.
back.
we all came back.
'Cause I
We
did
went
my
down the
whole
little loop, slidey slop. I went in.
I wasn't there for that.
It
but
was
I'm-
really nice.
I met y'all. That's right.
Yeah.
We did go back. We
And
went
then
down.
we all just kind of
Hmm.
came back into a central area and said, "See you guys
Yeah, I
which
think-
next year."
Didn't I put the knife through your throat after we went down? The...
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you cast fear or something
Yeah.
spell.
He has an arm.
And then I branded the centaur, the minotaur,
That's right.
and then came back, and I think that's all I did.
That was. I
Yeah.
mean, that was pretty much the end there.
I think
So, for simplicity's sake, you all gathered back that night at the little chateau along the cliffs overlooking the sea. Some of you maybe slightly suspicious of others. Some of you trying to figure out what the heck to do with some items that you found. One of you at least, feeling a little bit under the weather and like there's just an itch at the back of your brain, and you know who you're talking about, who I'm talking about. But you gather up the things that you found, including this giant piece of amethyst and the paper, the notes and paperwork that you found that for some reason the dragon had been keeping. What would you like to do?
Oh yeah, and I had that letter that said we're banned from the city.
Yeah, that's
We
right,
just need
yeah.
to
I think
be
right here.
discreet when
Yeah.
we come through.
Yeah.
Communicate with them when we. Because that's who we give the scales to.
Okay.
So do we want to try to spend our money before we leave here, or?
We should probably get it first because it's just a piece of paper.
And we should definitely find like a camp and see if we can even get the money.
I have to be really honest with you guys. I really love this piece of paper. And not in a great way, because like I have it, and now I'm just like, why don't we find a cave and just kind of like take a nap on it? And I don't like love that idea. So if anybody else could just like maybe take it off my head, I'd be super grateful. But also, I don't know that I'm going to want to give it up.
I'll take it.
I don't know that I want to give it up though.
I'll
What-
keep good care.
Are you
I'll
talking
take
about the
good
promissory
care.
note?
Yes, it's the 13,500 gold pieces, and I took a nap.
Eric, what do you need?
Lots of temple, the 13. Or I could
It's a
just
lot of pamphlets now.
It is a lot of ink for pamphlets. I could just take a lot of naps on it. Maybe get a few more things and take a nap on it. Could you maybe just like pick my pocket later and take it away?
I can do that, yes.
Okay, I would appreciate it.
I don't know when that'll happen, but we'll just real quick make a sleight of hand check to see how well that happens,
All right.
and we'll decide later.
Yeah, that's like magically like an illusion, and it just like
Pop
a
ups.
glowing sun that just
I'm going
pops
to
up.
re-roll that. It's under a 10.
Like,
You are allowed to do that.
Okay. Roll. 26.
All right, good to know.
Do you need me to roll anything?
I mean, are you actively watching for somebody to feel it, or
I feel split on that because I feel like part of
Especially
me
because you just asked.
does not. Yeah, like I know it's coming. I know I need her to do it, but I don't want them to do it. So I'd probably be paying like at least half attention.
okay? Well, just for the heck of it, roll a perception check. Also, well, what's your passive perception?
19.
Roll a perception check. Just
11.
okay.
Never been happier.
I mean, with that, after a little bit, later on in the night, when Zippo is looking at something else, you're able to lift it and you put it into your bag.
I have to put it in my bag of holding. I was thinking about my pocket.
You can put it anywhere you want. Okay, with that, what do we want to do? What do we want to talk about? What is the plan? You all have done the Black Dragon's bidding, and you also have a Blue Dragon scale now.
Yes, we gotta go,
We need a black dragon.
go talk to Black Dragon.
Or wait.
We could. We have many scales and many things. I think we all kind of put some souvenirs from the trek. So we could go to Singorn, drop off that scale, be like, okay, send us over to the swamps, and we go to the Black Dragon, and we show him our bona fides, and then we accept his payment, and then we kill him too, because he's not a great dragon, as far as dragons go, and then we go back to Singorn and give him the other scale. And then we should probably look into that thing in the dispatches about the bright blue light that killed some people that the dragon was interested in, and nobody knows where it is now. Would be my suggestion. But also, we should get the money first thing in the morning. The money is super important.
As you say that, your hand goes back to just reassure you that it's there, and it's not.
I'm going to go take a cold bath.
Okay.
Zipil takes a cold bath.
Simple takes a cold bath.
Not
Careless Whisper comes on, and
just like candles, throwing rose petals into it.
all right. So, what do you want to do first then? Get the money, check out information from the papers, go back to Singorn somehow.
Also,
I'm rereading the papers now.
one of us had heard a rumor down in the ships or the docks about you guys had told them that you had some kind of plague. There was something else about cultists being down at the docks. I don't know if we want to spend some time in the morning just checking that out.
I thought we were the cultists. We didn't look like cultists. I was wrong.
I mean, to somebody, we might look like a cul-de-sac.
Well, I mean, we had, what, heavy skeletons following behind us?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
And if that's the case, hopefully
Yeah.
that's got investigation.
Or did not
That's true.
applications. Okay. What first then? I mean, the closest thing would be the docks of the ones you listed. Next closest is probably, you have a vague idea that there's an army encampment of the Taldori army somewhere east of town.
I mean, I can wander down to the docks and ask around because I don't know that I feel super comfortable being present for that monetary transaction right now. And we can meet up here later. If anybody else wants to come, they're more than welcome. We can all come, and I can just
Iron
nice cubes.
Authority is IA.
Yes. You gather that from context. Yeah.
We do now. That was not the case when we were reading it.
All right. So what do we want?
Money.
Money's like pretty much in town. I think we should take to that.
Yep. Let's go. Where do we have to go? We gotta go see a quartermaster or something.
That is oh, something anyway.
Robin, do you know of any banks with like a really good interest? Yeah.
More than likely, yes.
Maybe I might just want to put some money in that too.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't be adventurers forever. We need to start thinking about investing in an IRA. And
Yeah, one of us might take an arrow to the knee and then
Yeah.
we don't have a fallback plan. That's why I got my degree.
In solar studies.
Ron made it out for two. I think that you're going to need a notary and a liberal arts bachelor's.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's all you need in the world.
All right. So, group heading out then to find the army encampment. It's pretty easy asking around. There's quite a few soldiers even still around the grounds of the estate here. You're told it's a ways east of town, not on the main road, but on one of the smaller roads that goes due east from town. Probably about an hour outside of the caldera here. Just for the heck of it, anybody want to roll a perception check on the way just to see what you see?
sure.
Go for it. Anybody who would like to keep an eye out?
Yeah, because I'm also looking out. I guess we spent a little time in the city,
A little bit.
but I feel like for the most part we've been like hiding out and
Not too
Sounds
long
like
ago,
kinda
we had a
what
bunch of
it looks
bounty
like.
hunters on us.
perception. Ooh. 8.
8.
11, yeah.
11. All right. It's a beautiful day out in western Singhorn Forest. There's gulls flying over. You can hear in the distance the sound of the crashing waves on the cliffs. But other than that, you don't see a whole lot. But you do notice the encampment coming up to it over a low rise. You see a good-sized, well-ordered camp of a large army. Just looking at it, you might guess that there were 20,000 troops here, which is quite a few. That's around for a minute. Everybody knows where the nearest quartermaster tent is, because there are several. But you eventually actually get directed to the main army headquarters. And walking into the quartermaster tent, which is labeled. Sorry. You find a maybe late 20s, early 30s, half elf guy who seems to be just furiously writing with a quill on some papers to the side. Has a what looks like it's a small iron something with some kind of mechanism in it next to him with a bunch of small almost buttons on it. None of you have ever seen anything like this. Yeah.
It appears to be mechanical.
It does. It appears to be mechanical. He's not using it at the moment. He's writing with a quill and ink at the moment. That's what I wanted. There we go. But as you walk in, a soldier kind of stops you before you can get over to this desk and says, "Yes, what is your business here?"
Got lots of business here.
Who's got the you've got the
I've got it.
note?
I guess I'm with y'all. Yeah.
Before we left town, I sent that to the accountant to send that message.
We've got to send that to the accountant. Oh, and you're sending it.
I'm giving it to the accountant to have it sent.
Awesome. What's that?
I said, we've got lots of business.
Oh,
We-
really?
We would like to redeem, cash in. We have this promissory note.
There you go. Let me see it. Takes a look at it. You can see him as he's reading it.
Yes, I think you
Counting
will
up the
find
words.
everything is in order here.
So you can see him like mumbling, like he reads aloud to himself.
He runs off with it.
And as he gets down, not too far, his eyebrows says, "Do you want to see the major then?" He hands it back to you. Just right over there, Major. We have some important visitors for you. Just kind of gestured for you to go over to the table where you see the half elf writing away. Walking up, you see, like I said, a maybe early 30s half elf, short cropped hair, mainly buzz on the side, a little bit more on top. Slightly pointed ears. Just writing, kind of glances up at you. Yes. What is it? What can I do for you?
We would like to cash in and or redeem this promissory note.
Without looking up, he takes it. It's over. Well, we can do that, I suppose. And looking over at the we can at least.
Send us to another department.
I'm not sure.
Right
Take
now.
a number.
We don't generally carry, well, he kind of looks up in the air and starts. We could do at least part of this right now. We don't especially carry a lot of cash with the army.
Should we take part of the dragon back?
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Taldor army will be good for this promissory note. It's just we don't necessarily carry this much gold or platinum on hand with at what is considered a forward operating base. I could at least give you a couple thousand of this, I suppose.
Oh, don't look at me. I'm not going to be making the decision.
I mean,
Looking at you two, who's the talker?
You generally are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so they basically bounced a check. I don't know
Give us the dragon base back.
what
Maybe
what
you
what
bring-
kind of ramshackle business you run.
In Iman, or maybe even at the Emerald Outpost, I'm sure you could get the full amount.
Oh.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it the kind of thing where like we don't want to take partial payment because then it like makes things
More complicated.
complicated?
I mean,
or
they could just take the promissory note, give us money, and then write a new promissory note for the remaining
remainder?
amount.
Yeah.
Or we could ask them to see what else they have to offer.
I mean, we could see about getting things in trade, or we could see about getting money.
I mean, they are an army, so I mean, they would be pretty well equipped.
We could have them deposited at a bank in our names.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. So. Is that what you would do? You would write us a new promissory note for the remainder?
Oh, yeah,
or-
of course. We could write you a new promissory note for the remainder. Like I said, we just have to have enough to, well, purchase any provisions we need that we cannot scrounge as we move through. It's been tough going through the wilderness here, and we try to have some reserves. So while we might have enough cash technically on hand,
Oh yeah, we
we
can't
can't necessarily
take all.
give that much of it to you.
Can I ask if we could just step out of the tent for 1 minute, sir?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Guys, does anybody know how well this army is doing? Because, like, if they're getting their teeth kicked in, I don't know if I'm going to wait very long. It's just an idea.
I do kind of like the idea of half money, half barter for their stuff.
It's up to you, and I don't know how much he's willing to give to us right
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to look at what else they have to offer.
Yeah, I mean, that could be kind of cool.
now. Okay, we go in and we see what's on the table.
I mean, but they are also like our allies. I mean, we're not, like we.
Our personal allies?
Several days ago, the undead were our allies.
Right.
Okay? That means nothing anymore.
Well, no, they were our allies then, which meant
Yeah, and
at
then
that
I
point
beat
they
them
were our
up
allies.
the next day, okay?
Right.
Things change. I don't want to have like, oh, here's my buddy, he owes me 13 grand, and then the next day he'd be like, kick rocks.
Yeah, well, just because things change doesn't mean that nothing matters and we're all just nihilists now.
I don't know
I
about
agree
you.
with him.
Make sure we get the money.
I think we should look and see what they can give us along with.
I guess my point was, depending on how well the army's doing, we don't want to clean them out and leave them with no resources.
Be on the way out. They've got no reason or way to pay us. I think.
I mean,
It's
we
just
don't
an idea.
we don't have to take any of the money right now.
Yeah, we could just wait until we go to.
You lost all of it.
There's no army there by the time we get there.
He's afraid that promissory note just be useless.
We're out a whole dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't be cleaning them out, allies out, if we're using it to help them the greater good, because we would just use whatever we get from them
Just like to save the
to
world.
help
Yeah.
our thing.
In context-wise, you do know that the army has been pursuing the Iron Authority's army south, away from Taldore,
Right.
towards the Iron Authority.
So maybe they are.
Maybe they have a flying ship we could have.
I don't know. That was probably more than.
We want to just find out what they can offer, and we make our decision then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Son of a good businessman, you would know that.
Yeah, but they.
Be
might-
tied,
Down payment.
Ties a little bit.
Mhm.
Check on
That's
the
on an FHA loan for the ship. You know.
predatory payday loans in Taldori.
Yeah, let's go back in and see what sort of supplies they could spare in lieu of cash gold money.
They might have cannon or something.
Ballista.
Very portable.
Do I happen to know that that's what they're doing? We're going after the Iron Authority.
I mean, because that within the some of the reports that were, yeah. So you
And
all
I
have,
do have
read-
access.
Yeah, so you have access to that. You all, so you know that the basis of what's going on is that there was. The last time Vale had visited Iman, it was under siege by the Iron Authority, and then
Now they're
they kind of suddenly
Yeah.
just picked up and left, and have been just hightailing it south.
We can entertain it, and then we can, make a decision based So.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
just want to see what they could
All
offer.
right, let's see what they can
Do
offer.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, sir.
So going back in, yes. Well, what have you decided? What can we do for you?
I guess. What would you have to offer in the way of a barter?
It means equipment.
Equipment.
Yeah, that you could spare besides the.
I mean, we could maybe spare. I mean, horses, maybe, or there's. We're technically, on active deployment here.
Yeah, all right, not
we
interested.
can't.
He's offering us a dinner.
Yeah.
Here, have some
Um,
fucking beans.
No. Okay, forget I
Can't
asked.
seem to get a word out at this point, but just we're not. This isn't a trader kind of
we
shop.
got it.
You're the one who brought it up.
What? Make a deception.
He did. What? Who am I trying to
Trading?
see? Yeah, he said he could offer us things.
No, he didn't.
Didn't he?
I don't know.
Yes, he did.
I don't know.
Not.
He went off for. He doesn't know
He
shit.
didn't. I mean,
20.
20.
19
I mean,
plus 1.
I guess. Well, I must have mixed up. I'm sorry if I misled you. That would be.
Roll for gaslighting.
You'd have to go. I mean, I'm only a major. You'd have to go quite a bit above my head if you wanted. I mean, any of our inventory from anything here.
Yeah, that doesn't sound interesting to me, unless they have cool
There's
ancient
frostbite.
psychic tandem war
I mean,
elephants.
is anybody in desperate need of gold right now?
No, we're not.
No, we're pretty
I'm
good.
trying to get our due.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say just hold on to it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm saying this like
we want
to
to.
y'all.
Do we want
Like,
to see
we
if
might
he
as well
can,
just hold on
how
to
much
it.
he could offer us, just to see if it, blows the wind up our skirt?
I think he said a few thousand
Like
gold.
2,000-3,000
Yeah.
max.
Okay. That's
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
We'll just wait till we find the rich arm of the army to
Roland, where the fuck is Karnath?
Karnath is
all around us.
We're on the edge of the.
Well, I'm just looking at Tal'Dorei map.
It's actually not on any of our Tal'Dorei maps.
Yeah, it's not into.
But
everybody in Karnak goes around erasing Karnak from everybody else.
it's on the west coast of the Singorn Forest.
So it is on the map, just not labeled as.
And it's just not labeled on the map that is out there. I need to redo the map
Okay.
because it wasn't originally in the lore, so I made it.
Can I ask what that
Then
thing on
it
your
exists.
desk is?
So you said
Mhm.
it's
That's
west
it.
of
And it
Singorn
exists.
Yeah.
Is that western along the
coast.
Cosmic Sea?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested.
Can I ask what that thing on your desk is? Metal
Um,
Child, do you know what that is?
The metal child just nods.
Is it really cool? Would you unique child like? How much do you want for that thing?
He says, this is a typewriter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
I do a lot of religious work, and I could use it.
um,
Metal
I mean,
Child,
this
what
was-
is typewriting?
This was issued to me. I really can't sell it.
What did fit?
Yeah.
fill
What
out
is
of
it?
your
What is
pack?
it? I missed
It's
it.
a
Sorry.
typewriter, he said.
A
That is.
typewriter.
The Metal Child says it's really cool. What if it fell out of your pack?
I just got this commission. I don't need this.
Well,
Like,
what
I don't need this trouble.
Okay,
I'm
do you know
sorry.
where we could get one?
what does it? What does it do? What is a?
I
Typewriter.
haven't gotten there yet.
Just a second. He grabs a piece of very regular looking parchment and drops it in, kind of twists something a little bit, and it kind of winds the paper through. And he starts hitting these small buttons, and these little hammers go up. Take it out. He hands it to you, and you can see
It
that
says,
it's
please leave.
very regular. It says,
This is a typewriter.
"This is a typewriter."
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Metal
Over
Child,
and
did
over
you
and
know
over.
it's going to do that? Metal Child, did you know it's going to do that?
He kind of looks at you and rolls his eyes.
It's really cool. Do you guys have a lot of those?
Generally, we produce all our reports on. Yes.
I like I said, I'm a religious figure, so I've read a lot of text hears about my work. Slide multiple pamphlets.
This would make
It would speed things up a whole lot.
spell scrolls and
I'll-
my spell book.
Pass these on to one of the chaplains.
Way more
I
organized.
actually roll dice for it, and whoever gets closer to 21 wins.
Make a persuasion check on that.
Did he say where he got it? Like where it came from?
He said the army gave it to him.
It was issued to
Yeah. Ooh, I went very persuasive. Sorry.
I just learned how to.
10.
That's very.
Oh, hold on. No, it counts as a 10 because
Sounds like something
it
else would do.
was so low. 17.
I mean, he looks around just for a second.
He's got that itch.
Did you?
Sure.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
So yeah, go ahead and roll a d12.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
You
13.
Do it. He's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's a 3.
No, he was like, now you
Great
got it.
typewriter.
So looking around, he just
Wait, what are we gonna do with this?
passes it over to you. Fine.
Look, what
You know
do
what?
guys do?
We will gamble for it.
That guy's gonna get so court-martialed for
Look,
this.
some things time if you're vigorously pursuing an enemy, not everything gets taken.
He's the
okay?
quartermaster. He'll cook.
Oh yeah.
Any supply sergeant knows that.
So when he said
we robbed them.
the army issued it to him, he meant
He
like,
issued it to
yeah.
Like, you know what I need? Something to make my job easy.
In any case, would you like any gold from this, or
I guess just no.
No, I think we're going to hold on to that. I'll take it.
But do we need ribbons or anything for this?
any hands?
Thank you.
Do we need ribbons?
Yeah, we also are gonna have to figure out how the typewriter works and how.
Mental child, you know?
We didn't roll for that.
No, we didn't.
Mental child.
You can
know
figure
how-
out how it works on your own, and he just seems fairly annoyed with you at this point.
I've got lots of inks and papers.
Mental
and
child, you know how that thing works.
I'm sort of scribing.
Yeah,
Mental
right
child
out.
can show you. He's a very useful boy. Can we make one of these?
What is that?
It's the promissory note.
I have the promissory.
No, I took it.
He handed it back to.
Oh, okay. Dang off.
You gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I think we did mention something about getting
You
a
guys keep
forgery
Empire
kit.
Records, right?
Empire Records?
Yeah.
So is this like a big camp or a small
fantasy.
camp?
I mean, it's a good sized camp. Like I said, there's probably 20,000 troops. Or at least tents for
And
them.
we did roll dice
And
for it.
you saw coming in like different small squads coming in or out. Tents.
Are the tents pretty close together?
Fairly.
Okay.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. But as I think about it, I think I've seen that movie way too many times. I can't remember
It's
every
good looking.
Empire Records.
So,
Never heard of it.
Watch it.
do we need to
It's
get
the
anything
most 90s of
from
Oh,
the
yeah.
from the
Kind of
house?
wander around a little bit. Not too far away. I just want
Yeah, you could just kind of slip out and wander. You looking for anything in particular?
to. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm looking for like a secluded spot.
Oh.
Ooh, in the middle of an army camp? In the middle of the day?
Yeah. They can't even go to the bathroom by themselves.
Make an investigation check. It's going to be a high DC though.
No privacy.
Like, I'm not looking for an exactly empty area. I'm just like, maybe like a little nook or something that somebody's overlooked or.
Okay, like some between a couple of tents.
Between tents and stuff
Yeah,
like
like-
that. Here.
You might be able to find
What'd you say? Investigation?
investigation check.
That is
You could do that. Make some kind of thing to
Well,
make scrolls quicker, like shorten amount of
look
time.
around. Like you have to get because this being
Like my type machine.
near
I know there's wizard subclasses. that-
near the actual army's headquarters.
Wow, yeah.
There's quite a few like runners coming in and out, so you actually have to wander quite a
I mean, there would have to be
couple
enough,
hundred
like,
yards
like
before you can
It stands to reason
Get
that
to a
the
little
DM
bit.
could come up with a mechanic for it.
little quieter.
Artificers would probably have something.
You find a place between a couple tents that's probably you think
that happened.
seems a little bit deserted. You can hear snoring coming from one of the tents, and so it's maybe a squad
Like
that
some of those
was out on night
flanking
patrol or something.
It's like
Yeah.
your
I said it's-
subclasses are like spells.
Okay,
in a
you wanna do the
certain
sneak magic?
magic are half the time.
Well, I cast a spell. And I can do it silently.
Like
So
like some class
Sure.
like
Okay.
scribe or something. That makes your
I kind
The
of
one
went
for
around
Thoric? Okay, good to know. And then
and I try and do it in an area that catches more than just one.
I mean, they're all the tents are like as you're going between them, like you have to do it sideways.
Yeah.
So it's like there's not.
Yeah, I just want to like. I'm trying to maximize how many I burst at night. That way, it's a little bit harder to just immediately douse it
And
out.
what sspell are you
Writing
running?
down.
Hell,
Might as well
dude.
just copy.
Okay.
Set to 99.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Within a second or two, like the first one is on up, and then it's
also mean where it was
it hasn't rained a lot.
But the
So
samurai
yeah,
still
you know,
exists.
it's immediately starts to go
You
up,
can give,
and
And I start
kind of like the first
wondering back.
fax with a teletype thing. And so they said there was a 22-year span that the samurai
How long does that take me to do?
fax Abraham.
I mean,
What a time to be
it
alive.
could be the time that they're in there.
I come back. Ah, man, I feel so much better. At my stomach.
Yeah, that's. So are y'all leaving the?
Did you get
Okay.
something to eat? Because
What?
are you guys hungry?
No,
'Cause
I had to go potty.
It's the other way around.
Oh, the less said about that, the better, I think.
And that dragon didn't sit well with me.
Do we need
Dragon
any?
jerky.
Do we?
elephants.
I put in lots of time into that dragon jerky.
It was good, just not coming out.
I mean,
Ancient
spices will do that.
Okay.
Ancient psychic kingdom world.
Do we?
I'm pretty sure I heard a few sparks on the way out.
Do we need anything from Roland's house before we try to go turn this scale in, or
So
We should probably get my father to-
This little crystal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I gonna do with that? I guess we could take it to Uzi.
can't do a thing? You
Okay.
would keep it safe.
Yeah, we,
Like we could probably get like a little wagon or something. That way we ain't gotta carry it.
It seems because it
Yeah,
seems
but-
very powerful and dangerous. So I think some
We need to leave it somewhere.
some of the
Permanently. I don't know.
some of the magic peeps that we've met would probably be
Yeah,
responsible.
I feel like
yeah.
giving it going to Singorn,
Want it for themselves.
maybe we can contact Lucy. Lucy? Who is it?
I call him Usi. I think he prefers to go by Usu. Mr. Usu.
All right. Well, I mean, what do you want to do next then? Because you all had talked about going down to the docks.
It belongs in a
Yeah.
museum.
I mean, it was just. I mean, we don't have. We need to.
The docks to do.
They had mentioned
Cultists?
cultists,
Yeah.
and I know when we were someplace there was a bunch of cultists in the street, and of course the dwarf burned some dude, and that's why we're not allowed to be publicly seen with Uso anymore. Or Orzo?
Orzo?
Paye? What's his name?
Orzo.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
run.
have this letter.
Anyway, I didn't. It might be that the cultists are a very different cult, and we can kill them because they don't worship the right god. I just didn't know if it was the cult that we'd already run into.
Do we care about the cult?
But we've had we've had some things with cultists.
What cult?
Yeah.
I mean, one of you at least had burned a cultist alive, and that's the reason you can't go back to.
Yeah, and
Singorn.
what-
Yeah,
was-
that's the reason we can't
was
say
it the
Orzo.
spider? Was it?
Well, there was
Yeah.
cultists of Loth.
And then when we were leaving, what town was it? We were headed out, and there was a bunch of them in the streets. And that, I don't remember what that was, but it was very much not Loth, I think.
That was in Mon.
That's what
That was when
It
you were
was
going
the code
through.
of Amon.
Well, it was the city of
No,
Mon.
no, it's-
But yeah, you were going through. We weren't sure exactly who they were cultists of.
We didn't stop to ask, and didn't have any pamphlets.
Like cults everywhere.
It's the difference between a religion and a cult.
Speaking of things burning
Yeah, we
alive,
have a typewriter.
as you were all leaving the tent discussing this, you do smell smoke in the air. And looking over around to your left, you quickly see this kind of thick column of black, kind of greasy looking smoke. And people are kind of running that way, some with buckets of water, in the middle of camp here.
Fire!
I kind of like grab one of them, just running by me, and ask him, "What's going on?"
The tent's caught on fire. We're trying to put it out. And he just keeps running.
Can I just turn around and look at him?
You can.
I mean, would
don't
you-
have
would you
water
know?
spells to help?
I would probably suspect. I mean, after being, I probably don't think real kindly of him right now.
I mean, you could be as suspicious of him as
Yeah.
you want, but you
He
don't know.
did disappear for a little while. He went somewhere,
And yeah,
and now there's a fire.
and I'm
I
mad
don't
that
know,
he got
it's
one
not
up on me.
suspicious.
You know.
Pooped and things are on fire.
I mean, I told you I had to go use the restroom.
I'll grab a bucket and run.
Okay.
So we did. Look down to see if there's
Don't
any
y'all
water.
have water spells?
Coming
You
out.
can
I'm
There's
not
any
fire.
water in it.
summon water.
When you grab a bucket, there's no water.
Don't you have a water spell?
Put it down there.
Um,
Keep it slip.
Come on, wizard.
Barbarian, don't you have a water spell?
I got like frost spells, and I can
We can freeze-
change
you can
elements
freeze it.
of stuff, but I don't have like a create water.
If you can change the element, but you just turn into like sand or something.
More like I can change the elemental damage it does. If it
Oh.
does fire damage, I can make it thunder.
Do not
or
burn
lightning
me. You're
damage.
melting now.
You change the fire all into force damage.
That's true. I could use the grammarian ring.
Too late. Everything's burned.
It's no longer fire.
That's a good idea. We could research a spell that eliminates all oxygen in a certain area, just in case there's a fire.
Oh no. What if there's also people there?
I was about to say, well, that could be useful
I mean,
for when we don't want
well.
to get involved directly.
Isn't that how
And
the
just fuck
airbender beat the firebenders during the
That's how.
shows and
Go
stuff?
around.
Suck the air out of the room. Can't catch fire if you ain't got oxygen.
Also breathe.
Are we running through the fire? Do we think?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, run toward.
I mean, it's up to you. There seems to be a lot of people, like, because this is a
Oh,
busy
so
camp.
they've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want the typewriter to get singed.
I just shrugged.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I do have control flames.
And it isn't like just a few feet away. Like, it's a good couple 100 yards off.
You
How did that work?
used it to control blames that one time.
Oh, yeah.
So control
That was
flames
recent,
would
too.
be helpful.
I don't think it's that useful. I have it too.
Oh, control flame.
I can instantaneously extinguish the flames within a 5-foot cube.
Well,
But it's a cantrip also.
You were like,
So-
You can put one hand on the
and then
rock.
it pops back
4,
up.
5.
I can cast it's
Well, both
the
of you
casting
have
time
it.
of one action, and I can for every what's an action?
Every
6
6
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
So every 6 seconds, I can extinguish a 5-foot cube.
And he has it too. Are y'all gonna help or not?
That just sounds
It's up
like
to
it.
you.
Depends on how big this fire is. I guess it's getting bigger the longer we talk
we-
about it.
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Oh, God, you guys.
You're going to see actual flames coming up, like,
That's
over the
not
tops
gonna
of
work,
tents.
you know.
Yeah. We need to.
The column of smoke is definitely getting thicker by the second.
Where is this happening?
In the middle of camp, a little bit away from you.
Okay. Can y'all please do something?
Let's start running that way.
I mean, our promissory note's good to go, right?
Yeah, we got it
Yeah.
back. Somebody got it.
So we're running towards the fire. I have a bucket.
Mhm.
But you
Yeah,
have the
no
typewriter.
No water.
How are you carrying a bucket and a typewriter?
Metal Child's got the typewriter.
Oh, okay.
This thing is nowhere near us, right?
He says,
Yeah, it's not near.
It's,
It's
like
like,
off in the distance.
it's a way
Sounds like
back.
something to get people to go run at it.
Like a distraction.
Mhm.
So maybe we
I mean,
could
we've
be-
done it
Oh,
before, so
yeah.
we know that trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what they were saying they did to get people to not pay attention to the Lyceum while they got something out of the storage.
Obviously, they're after the typewriter.
So should we look out to see who is not going toward fire?
I mean, we aren't.
No, I'm saying we're not going toward the fire. Shouldn't we see who is also not?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, take a look around. Make an investigation check. Or perception check. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go in Casilda and try to see anybody who seems to be going in an odd place.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast fly on myself and start flying towards the fire.
We-
Wait, I thought. I mean, if y'all are doing that, the fire still needs to get put out, even if it's a distraction, right?
14.
I mean, I'm gonna be help. Or did we not decide to help? Should I
Well,
not
I
do
think
that?
if
I mean,
it's
you can help.
distraction, then we all need to stick together.
I mean, each one of us could
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like we
have to go as a group.
We don't all
Vote
have to
for it,
go.
I do do it again.
look the other direction.
16. Sorry, it took forever to load.
All right, so all of you running
And
over there.
I kind of want to be Superman.
You get your eyes into Casilda. Flying around. Were you still looking around to what did you get?
16.
16? Okay. Okay, around the area of the fire, you don't see a whole lot. There's most people are either looking out off towards it, like with a concerned look, or running towards it.
So I don't see anybody in the opposite direction.
No.
No.
I mean, there's your group,
Cool.
and then there's people either running towards it or just kind of looking off towards it. You're casting fly on yourself to go.
Oh yeah, I thought are
No, go ahead.
are we running towards the fire or not?
Just
With
do it.
everybody-
I mean, Zipple and the metal
Don't worry.
child are already on their way.
Yeah.
All right.
Roland, what are you doing?
I'm watching him.
Okay.
I don't trust him anymore.
You're watching him. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I noticed that he went off to the bathroom. The only things catch on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast fly on myself and like put my fists up in the air, blast off like Superman, go save the day.
Verbal component. I'll open away.
Okay, or like Mighty Mouse. Save the day.
let's get something.
Well, you did the Jim Carrey, whatchamacallit, Man on the Moon.
Andy Kaufman.
So,
Well, that's what Andy Kaufman did. He had a little record player.
Ain't it?
So,
yeah,
I'm keeping an eye out with Casilda, but
Yeah, you're keeping an eye
I'm
on
also-
Casilda.
suspicious.
Running over, like you get there and you start putting stuff out. It's gotten to a good size. Like there's several tents that have gone up. There's some people with some burns over to the side. Like
If there's
Not
burn
terrible.
people, I'm going to be dropping my useless bucket
there you go.
and just get better. This service brought to you by the Sun God.
Roland,
say son.
watching
Too soon.
Gundar, you don't necessarily see him doing anything. Although, as you're watching him, you suddenly smell smoke even fresher, and you notice about 60 feet off or so, one of the tents has nearby even has just gone up.
Oh fuck.
Who's this? Stay next to Gundar.
Okay. Like more tents are coming out, going up nearer to where the group was. So, before too long, like in pretty short order, with is it control fire, right?
Oh, well, yeah, I have control flames. I can put out 5-foot cubes at a
Yeah.
time. So as I'm flying by, if I see any fires, I'm just.
I mean, it's a large central fire that's kind of gone to several different tents, and this
Okay.
the slightly greasy canvas has kind of has gone up and it's pouring off this oily smoke. But you're able to put it out before maybe a minute or two.
I just cast it on that amethyst and
Yeah.
put out
Oh.
immediately.
Yeah.
Put the flame out of the
Shit, I
sun.
forgot
I was about to say,
about
all of the flames on this
for your sun god.
hemisphere. This hemisphere.
Every,
everywhere.
every
It's metaphor
time
for
suddenly it was
No, it's a little.
and your
the-
brain starts
I mean, you
leaking
can
out your
still
nose.
do that because there's
Wow.
more fire that just popped up.
So but I'm able to take care of the big fire in the middle.
Yeah, in a like a minute or two.
Turn around.
Yeah.
140 feet.
Now there's another one.
Said it was 88 times, right?
It is 88 times. Yeah.
Now there's another one.
Also, do you have the amethyst? Is pretty good size. You don't have it with you.
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
with me. I've
And
been lugging it
Oh,
around.
that's yeah. You
because we really, I guess we have been back to our little guest house.
gotta figure out what
So-
exactly you're doing with that. But,
Yeah.
Can't lug it around forever.
No. So, are we coming back to where I was?
Oh yeah, I mean
There's
after
another fire.
after the fires are put out in that in the one that I flew to, I
Save me, Superman.
yes, I say, you're welcome, citizens. Not fly away.
And you see another fire that is started back towards where y'all were before.
And I go putting them out.
How long does fly last?
Is it? It might just be 10 minutes.
I mean, it's, sometime.
Is it 10 minutes?
Free at this point. I think. People, you're able to heal some people up.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're able to fly back over. You see this smaller fire that has started near the central area of the camp here, and you're able to put that out. Yeah.
Cool.
We should leave because I don't want to be blamed for these fires.
I mean, they did seem to start when you got here. So.
What about? I want to. Is it maybe investigation? I want to see like.
Sift through the ashes.
Yeah, you can.
Well, where,
Yeah, I mean
where
some
is-
kind of like
where's
based on how the fires were popping
Are you
up
hanging out
and
with
where
them?
they were and
But we're still
any
there.
clues
Yeah.
I can gather from
Did you
it,
want
like how this was happening.
I'll
Okay.
assist if
Yeah.
someone nearest.
So I would say two things. You can make an investigation check to see, at the source or where the fire, especially where the second fire happened. I guess because the first one it had burned in a large area,
Yeah.
so it's hard to tell. But the second one, it was still a little bit smaller, so you can kind of see where it started. You can make an investigation check to see if there's like accelerant or whatever, or you can make any number of other checks if you want to see if that's. But you can't make all the checks. You gotta do kind of one here based on what you're thinking.
Can you turn into a bloodhound?
I guess I could.
Use the ring of the grammarian to turn flying to sly. That really sneaky.
10 minutes.
I want it to be.
That would do.
You use it to change it to not fly, but fly, like super fly.
Yes. I got swag like
And the fire's like, dude, you're so cool. Let me tell you how I got started.
everywhere.
And you're
Everywhere I walk, there's just like a funky bass line just like surrounding me.
Sorry, the only reason I thought of that is because I was recently watching the last season of 30 Rock, and they put on a show on NBC in 30 Rock. It's called Homonym, and people are always like, every time it's the wrong one that they guess. Yeah. Anyway, what we got? Yeah, I guess
Investigation, I guess.
okay. And you can, because Cert the study is going to help, so add advantage.
My original is a 20. So that's a 20.
A 20. All right. Pretty good. Looking at where this second fire, the smaller fire started, you see that it seemed to start on just the edge of a tent nearby, to where y'all had gone into the quartermasters. I mean, not real near, but maybe, like I said, 50 or 60 feet off. You can't see, like, there's no torch nearby. You don't smell any, like, chemical anything. It seems to have just spontaneously combusted.
Does somebody have like a zone of truth?
Yeah, we do, I think.
You have a fun ring.
I have Zone of Truth.
You do it.
I could get that through.
Can you use it on yourself?
Sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't see why
so
not.
we have a ring.
Oh.
Well, the ring of truth.
Right.
It sets up zone of truth, but also the person wearing it can't tell a lot.
Well, we just gonna start questioning everybody in the town.
Why are you pointing to Gundar? Because I just got back from the other fire. What happened?
And him.
What? I went there to save people!
Yeah.
And to give them
Roland's
pamphlets.
got prom
Exactly.
suspicious too.
You started a disaster so you could be the hero.
I've just been standing here.
I mean, that is true. Gunnar has just been standing there.
Who are we suspicious of and why?
Well,
I'm suspicious of Vendor because of our little incident that I
Elementary, my dear Ezekiel. You see, I have determined.
No, I haven't. I lost, so I'm not about to.
activating my tech magic guys.
It's magic. I mean, there's a couple of magical sources on some of the officers around. And of course, the stuff on your party.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily see anything else.
I'll just keep it on. Let's see any kind of new magic going on.
Okay.
Also, why do we think that the dragon? Why did he have these documents?
Well,
Because
he was.
part of it. He was,
Part of what?
he was masquerading as.
Yeah, he was trying to control some stuff. Take
Yeah,
over
but
the
I'm
world.
saying,
Yeah.
like what?
I think he got them as Roland's good friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, as a dragon, this really magical thing super interests me. And I need to jot that down for a later date. And I think maybe they all just came in like one big envelope and he was perusing them all at the same time. And then we killed it.
Well, could that have been what got? I don't know. The dates. These are made up words.
All words are made up.
These months are like.
I can send you all a link to in campaign setting if you'd like. The map I study.
Could I find it on
Sorry.
D&D calendar? I could just.
It's a calendar and every month it's just
The Tal'Dorei
anniversary
campaign setting
pictures.
is not available on
I thought that.
Beyond. I have a PDF of it in my drive. I can send to you.
I mean,
I guess as long as there's no spoilers or anything we
What kind of-
don't need to know.
There is
Matt
not.
Mercer in a different vest.
what kind
I
of
mean, it's written by Matt Mercer.
magic is the crystal? Is it an
The amethyst?
Yeah.
You guys, there was like a
Purple.
medley, right?
Purple magic. It's like straight up to purple.
Grape flavored.
Yeah, it's great magic. We don't know.
Super
it's
great.
just crazy awesome.
Evocation, conjuration. What is it?
I thought that too, that maybe the amethyst was what he got.
Yeah, but
But then
point
I
out-
thought
online.
when you guys found him, he was living in like an amethyst cave, right?
Yeah, he kind
Oh,
of.
So I
okay,
kind of then
yeah.
thought the amethyst was like something he brought from himself home. But I don't know. That's just a theory that I have. Because this is like distinctly purple and that was distinctly blue.
It was? Okay, I didn't remember it.
I think so, right? There was a big blue thing.
Why don't
and
we
a bunch
crack
of
it open and see what's inside?
I think we determined that would
Yep.
not.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Because we want to be able to use it in the future.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like,
Yeah, because the documents said that
who's working with the Iron Authority that, like, is.
the document said that a storage area was looted, right? Broken
No,
into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we think that was the Blue Dragon's doing, or it was taken by somebody else and the Blue
And the
Dragon
Blue
was
Dragon's
trying to track it
down.
down?
I think that's the one. I think he was like, I need to save this up for a rainy day because if it's this powerful, this is something I should have.
Roland, as you all are discussing this, something suddenly clicks in your memory. That is, when you were all in Singorn City for the first time as a group,
Yeah.
and you tracked down that odd thing of the magical items that were being smuggled, and fought the Green Dragon.
Yeah.
It was hobgoblins who were there to make the exchange.
Mhm.
Hobgoblins being the main race who runs the Iron Authority.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Are you taking
So
it?
something
Right.
clicked for a lot of people just now, and not so many other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told them my
This
little.
this was a thing. I remember
Yeah.
the hobgoblins that were called.
I mean, they're great.
And then there was the smuggling of magic items. Is that related to the
Well, I
beholder?
can't wait till I run into them.
The beholder was related to this. Yes, it was.
Or the beholder was just the middleman. He
Yeah.
for the green dragon, and the beholder was just like, yeah, we
Were
just
we,
we take care of magic
did we
items.
find out, or were we
In this world, they're
speculating
interesting.
that somebody
Have a cross-page
has
graph
some
used
kind
with
of enchantment
your own
device that
thing.
it was enchanting things and making them magical. Did we find that out?
Yeah, I remember that. That doesn't mean
It's
anything.
like
Oh, that they were trying to create
Magic
magic
ship
items?
if they're like in a group.
yeah, because there was
They're
like an
always-
influx of magical items.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing.
or was that because
Y'all
something
ran
got,
into them on
broken
that
out?
huge ship
I think
that
they
tried
were-
to chase after.
or
Yeah, I
like,
burned a lot of them.
The magic items were to draw the
Yeah,
magical
it's
energy
fun.
from its power source, correct?
but there was also something I thought that we found in a library about creating magic items and
Draining magic from items?
yeah, or something like that.
And then there was that one time where
Did
there's oh man.
Yeah. 2 years
You're
ago, a
telling me.
long time ago.
I organized all of this. It's real complicated.
I love the idea that we're all just like in the middle of a burning field and we're all just like, wait a minute. And then everyone's like,
Oh yeah!
and then the two newbies are like,
Meanwhile, as like this other fire. Well, no, you put it out, so it's like there's still smoke coming up from like several places, but
Every time I see some smoldering embers, I'm just like, control planes!
control brains. All your
Kinda like-
toes are
mm,
Sorry, puppy.
Hey.
poor metal child's been running all over this place with the typewriter.
He'll be all right. His arms don't get tired.
My memoirs.
But
all right. So I know it's hard to go back through these things. What are we looking for? Anyway?
Oh, no.
But you do know that, like,
Yeah.
so basically, there's obvious magic item things going on, and strong magic things going on, and the Iron Authority keeps popping up. Was also the same people who were. It seemed that, gosh, way back, if you remember, were the people that the criminal organization
Yeah.
in Amman was shipping lots and lots of captured slaves to.
Yeah.
the
I re-
underdark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Like
whole
man, like a lot. Like there were raiding parties coming into
Yeah.
town to worry.
Like, what's her name's family had been.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson.
there was a druid that used to hang with the group that was
It
looking
wasn't
for
the
her
druid.
family.
It was the little.
It was the druid.
It was a halfling.
She was
Yeah.
a half-grown druid.
Oh, that's right. She was. Yeah, I forgot.
Not
First I was
bird.
thinking
that
bird. was
traveled
the
with
bird.
a
Yeah.
Aarakocra ranger.
That's right.
No.
I have,
All
a,
right, you guys.
I have a gnome druid and a Goliath barbarian rolling around together in a caravan called Hall of Notes.
Yeah, you know they're like the Beatles of the '80s. Is an actual.
I heard
quote.
they were like that Hall & Oates of the 80s.
Well, funny. This is a funny thing I read a while back, but it was on the Best of Hall & Oates CD. They called themselves the Beatles of the '80s.
Oh god.
Ooh.
You know what? Nobody else is going to do it.
I mean, they're pretty.
How
Don't get me
very
wrong. I love some Hall & Oates.
Yes, yeah.
They do have.
Yeah.
So
they
what
do
are we
have
doing?
minutes.
Yeah. What are we doing? I mean, the camp keeps trying to burn down as you all are here, and also you have made some realizations, and also there might be cultists at the docks.
Okay, I feel like we
care
should go
about
to the
cultists?
docks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you
I
care
mean, if
about the
nothing
cultists?
else, we get to kill some cultists.
Sure.
Cultists were the ones that it seemed like it was thought that the cultists were
They can't
following
manage.
some avatar of
My dad
Save the
said-
world more.
of the
The-
Chained Oblivion.
That's my
Yeah.
dad's super fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're the cultists of the Chained Oblivion
Yeah.
when we get
They
there.
were calling the avatar that they're following the last king, or
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
the king in yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, yeah, that's...
Okay.
He's a
That
terrible.
brings me back.
Such a hard color.
Totally.
He's a terrible burglar.
Terrible burglar.
Turd burglar.
Turd burglar.
That's what I think he should be called. He's thinking that. I mean, if they are bad, we kill them, and everybody's happy.
And if they're not,
They probably just.
We gonna kill them.
join them.
No. Here's a template. Teach you all about it.
Okay, so what are we?
Okay,
Are we-
docks.
docks. Okay,
There's a
let's
lot
go
of
to the
things
docks.
going on.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Let's go
Let's
to
just check off
the
some
docks.
things then.
All right, so mystery fires caused by I don't know space lasers. Let's go to the docks.
We can get a boat to go to Singhorn if we can't teleport, or we can have Uzu meet us at the docks, and then we can go.
Why couldn't we teleport?
Yeah.
Oh no!
We can teleport. We just need to
I
contact.
teleport whenever I want.
I didn't know if you needed a circle every time or.
Yeah, I just draw up a circle.
Okay, I didn't know. So let's just go to the docks.
Tensions are high here.
Chalks, ink. You know, I just.
We. We're
How's
going
that
to
again?
go.
I'm master of time and space.
Go to the docks. If they're the cultists, we kill them. If not, we just go to Uzu. So go
Okay.
to the docks.
Dogs.
Are we still in our costume? No, we've taken them off.
I'm always.
We might be. Some of us might still be.
I like the idea that like
It's body charm.
Crom's tutus like shrunk with the sweat, and now can't get them over his very big.
Yeah, I mean, I assume you would take them off, but it's up to you.
I went in my clerical robe, so I still have mine on. I did take my human flesh mask off. Oh yeah,
To the docks.
that's the thing that's super gross.
Yep.
Okay.
While we're walking there, I had kind of an idea that I wanted to talk to you about with the mental child. And mental child, I realize this is incredibly late to ask because it's kind of invasive, but
Let me stop you there. I'll take him apart to find out how he works.
you touch him
Okay.
and I kill you.
Oh, that's not what we had. Okay.
Well,
Go on.
actually, you're right in the wrong way. Mental child, again, I apologize, but I haven't asked, and I kind of felt it was weird to ask for a while. But can you talk?
Metal Child shakes his head.
What would you say, mental child, if Chomp and I worked on the design of a machine that could maybe let you talk? To make it small, that could go in your throat?
I don't know if you know this about Tom, but he's not good with his follow through.
I got the big maze and the command spell.
It's about.
I mean, the Metal Child's new arm was made by Child, and it works well enough.
You have to, yeah.
Although he doesn't have, like, the cool...
Tattoos. Scrimshaw that I gave.
Well, there's that, but also, like, what is the...
Gun?
There's basically a...
Gut punch.
There's, like, basically the
your
gut puncher
flamethrower,
was...
And the
was his
spoiler.
arm. Yeah.
The racing spoiler is on there.
And also,
Planes.
it's a rocket launcher that pops out.
The tactical suitcase.
Yeah.
It drops out.
Weren't you supposed to make a shield?
Oh, I have plans for because we got some dragon parts now.
And my land shark.
Well, also you have... Oh, yeah, there's the bullet.
I am happy to leave that to the side if the mental child would like to be able to speak first. If that's even something he wants to do.
Right. So
I'm going to pull out my
It's not-
notebook.
right. So
Here's
we
my ideas.
have this new esoteric device that typewriter,
Mhm.
and if we could incorporate that into Metal Child, instead of
Wow.
audibly speaking, he could just have like a ticker tape of coming out of his chest or his mouth, and we just rip it
Have
off
to
and
make
like,
it
read
really
it.
small.
Give me a second. I need to put this on the
This
list
has
of things
shrink
I did
on the
not
typewriter.
anticipate.
Incorporate it into him.
Is shrink permanent though?
Well,
Because
I'll come up with something.
I don't want this mental child to be like walking around and like a typewriter pimple bursts out of his chest.
Could you
Alright.
just teach him how to type?
How big is the typewriter?
I mean, it's the size of like a Remington, like maybe
It's typewriter
1920s
size.
typewriter.
So,
Fashion a harness that just hold on to him and just type.
metal. We could metal. We could replace Metal Child's head with the
No.
typewriter.
No, we can't.
Huh?
So I'll figure it out
What?
myself.
What?
Okay. And then first we need to see if mental child would even be okay with this because of this his body we're on. Because last time you just took his arm and I still don't really love that. But mental child, would you like to be able to speak or write?
Communicate.
Yeah.
He
And he's
Point-
learning dragon.
he points at the
really
typewriter
quickly.
real immediately, and kind of puts it in his hand.
You're holding it, dude.
Oh yeah, he is. That's right. I'm sorry. He just says, And he starts typing because there is a piece of paper in it. And types for a good 30 seconds, very fast. Like he's great on QWERTY, maybe like 100 words a minute.
I really thought this typewriter was just a frivolous thing and didn't understand why we would even. And now I'm like,
I
this
thought
is
it got-
perfect.
He
Fucking
rips out the piece of
beautiful.
paper and hands it to you.
Thank you, Metal
It's in
Child.
Draconic because you've been teaching him Draconic.
I love you very much.
Um,
You didn't conjugate this.
it's in like the translated version, the transliterated version of Draconic anyway,
What is
from
it?
Common. Basically says, I would very much like to talk. I'd rather not have a
That man touched me.
a paper printer in my throat, but a voice would be nice.
It's not the one that printer beat out in his throat, but if we could work out a audio voice, I think that would be agreeable. That's Metal Child? Yes.
This could be better. What if it's what if it was a chatterbox the entire time it wasn't able to? And all you hear nonstop 24/7 tick 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 tick.
Oh, you guys know nothing about this being
Right.
who is like almost 1,000 years old.
I taught him Draconic, and I'm his dad. I don't need to know anything else.
I mean, I guess now at least we know that he's not. He doesn't find existence to be unbearable. Like the first thing he types out is just like, "Kill me! I don't want to exist anymore.
I
This
have no-
existence is hell."
I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just
you also
an
know that apparently he's
existential-
carrying around in the gem in his chest the soul of someone else. So
right.
I try not to think of
And there's something that we never like. At some point, I think when we got that soul or something, we
One of them.
had a number one or at least one empty soul gem, I believe, and also a scroll, a spell scroll or an instructional scroll about how to bind souls to soul gems. I believe we found that in Secret. Which
remember,
Yeah.
maybe.
that. Was that in the troll?
I mean,
No, it would have been in the Red Dragon.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was a spell scroll or an instructional like book about information on how soul gems work and how to do it. But
I have the scroll that binds souls, but it doesn't tell you really.
That's that.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
he has a scroll of spell binding
Yeah.
or
binding.
soul binding. But that's not the same thing as the soul gem. You had found the single soul gem with the soul in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is now being used to power a Metal Child.
Didn't we have two? We had like another one like demon stuff.
I thought
Well,
there was
there's
one
another
thing.
gem that does other things, but also is
The snack rock.
the snack rock, which you're still carrying with you because you really can't leave it behind.
so
I don't.
my
I'm not.
curiosity gets the better of me. Of me.
I'm not attuned to
I
it
just look
anymore.
at
But
Metal
I
Child,
just like
what's your
it.
name?
Warm. Always. Kind of sits in my pocket.
He looks over at you and just kind of cocks
Yeah,
his
what's
head
going on? Are we at the docks?
and just shrugs.
Do you not remember who you used to be?
Gosh. He
was
takes the
there.
paper back from you, puts it back in, and starts typing. Takes it out and gives it to you. He's running out of room on this sheet. Oh yeah, 'cause it's Draconic. You see that he says, I remember many things. My former master never gave me a name.
Damn.
That's a priority.
You've learned a little bit about the person who... originally constructed
And he was
it.
a jagoff. We don't
Yeah,
want to fuck with him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Metal Child, I'm going out for some cigarettes. Never saw him again.
But it's all right.
He did disappear about 700-800 years ago, and nobody ever saw him
I'm
again.
kicking him in his teeth.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's the one metal child who doesn't know who he is. Is that like the actual robot, or is that the gem inside of him who's talking?
The world will never know.
No,
think he asked
it's
that
Metal
before.
Child because
Right,
I
right.
tried
As
to
you
power
say
him
that-
with Sacred Flame.
Yeah, as you say that, Metal Child holds up the number one.
Because at first I was like, I'll just like keep poking his chest with Sacred Flame.
So
we don't put
it's
somebody
Metal Child
else's
is Metal
ghost in
Child,
it.
not the Soul Gem.
Metal Child is Metal Child. You're not exactly sure, other than it powers him, how he interacts with the Soul Gem.
All this talk makes Chomp uncomfortable because he deals with thoughts of dualism and body-mind duality and the idea of self and doesn't know how to feel about it.
You're the one who put the stone in him.
I know. I don't like to think about it, the repercussions of, am the ghost in the machine? Am I a body with a soul, or am I a mind inside of a body? Is the mind part of the body?
Oh my god, what did you guys do?
Says the guy who reanimated 20 corpses.
Yeah, I don't like to think about it. That's how I deal.
The crisp salt.
I don't ask those questions. Yeah.
The seagulls
I know these are the results of the action. I don't think about the.
waving its flag, letting people know it's got a full hold of fish.
Yeah,
where it
I don't like metaphysical.
The sun is getting real low, little guy.
I
Getting
do
low.
Straight on to
I
a
do
swift sunrise.
Metal Child now that we're at the docks. Because I wanted very clear that we're here. We've done a lot of walking and talking. We're at the docks.
And yes, okay, so I will work on and side note about the land shark armor.
I did forget.
I know. I looked in. I researched the actual rules as written about creating items like this and stuff, and
Take some time.
it's a long time and gold and proficiencies that I don't necessarily have, and I could argue for some little extra things I could do, but it would require a blacksmith and some other things additionally, and lots of time and
Bill
gold.
would much rather have Metal Child be able to speak. So clear that off the priorities list.
I just take all the land sharks up and
Well, no, I'm not saying
Clang.
you can't do it as a fun project. Just saying don't be I'll get to that.
You can reassign.
I mean, you could find an armorer who
Yeah.
could build that for you as well. And remember, it took you a little more than a week or so to reconstruct an arm for the Metal Child. So
Actually,
this would be a little bit more intricate, being something that's more delicate and yeah.
I would also try to see if there. Yes, Crom.
We're at the docks now.
Okay. Forget about the armor. Cultist. I'm focused on cultist. Laser focused. Cultist.
Yep.
I wonder what the Metal Child sounds like.
Anything you'd like them to, if you're building the voice box.
Yeah.
Which you need to make it interface with the.
What are the cultists doing?
Positronic brain.
I'm with you.
It's a good
So-
question.
A mile is 5,400 feet, right?
5296.
Kilometers.
What's
1,000
1600 divided by 3.3?
Oh, that.
Yeah. Or times 3.3.
What do we see at the docks?
You're doing that with your brain?
Yeah.
Cool. Teach me your ways.
No. At the docks. Coming back into town, you getting closer to the coast here and into the little bay, you immediately smell that kind of briny salt smell along with decomposing a lot of things, whether that be seaweed or mollusks or fish or people of the bay itself. If you've ever been in a bay, you know,
That
there's a
fresh
smell
ocean
that's
air.
not exactly good, but it's also pretty good. And getting closer down to the actual docks, you find them busy with activity. Just people running here and there, unloading ships, loading ships. This isn't as big as the docks at Iman, which had the capacity to do nearly 100 ships at once. But there's maybe a dozen ships docked in here right now, with some smaller ones going in and out, fishing vessels going in and out from smaller islands in the area and plying their trade, as it were. But you see quite a few people you could talk to here. You're not exactly sure from the rumor where exactly this happened, but you could definitely ask around.
Can I take over? Because I can probably talk to people that I already know.
I was gonna say because you grew up here, you could
Yeah.
be at advantage.
And because I have, yeah.
So yeah, just make an investigation check at advantage.
15.
15. Asking around a bit, you do hear fairly quickly that there was more than one incident with cultists down here. That several groups, more than several groups, well, maybe almost a dozen groups of cultists have come through town recently looking for passage offshore. And that the most recent of them had a confrontation with one of the kind of upstanding citizens of the docks here. One captain of a ship called, find it, the Homely Barmaid.
What I don't understand, and it's just me, why are the cultists going around telling their people they're cultists? Shouldn't they be keeping this like under wraps?
I mean, asking that around a bit, you find that they weren't like telling people, oh, we're cultists, but they were trying to convert people.
Okay.
Anywhere they went, whether that be at a
So
at a
weird.
tavern or
so weird.
No, and this there are some there's some gods that are allowed, some that
Very
aren't.
familiar.
well, it depends on where
What
you're
have you been up
at.
to in your spare time?
Here in Karnath,
Big of a problem.
it's a bit of the kind of frontier of Singor,
Did we get into
so
an
things are a
altercation
little
with
bit,
the captain at all?
quite a bit looser.
Who knows?
Here.
So much I don't
Um,
remember anymore.
And is it like specific ones, or is it just ones that are allowed?
You asked the captain.
Anything,
Mhm.
even new ones would be like,
They
nope.
mentioned where they went to.
There's specific
Yeah.
ones that are
Because I
the
haven't
more
been
major
to
gods here,
Pacific Island.
especially the
Okay.
Moonweaver,
Oh yeah, your island,
um,
Dream Island.
especially here in Karnath anyway. But most gods that aren't known as specifically like evil gods have maybe at least a few worshippers here in Karnath. Being a port city, a lot of people from different parts of the world here. It's a little bit more.
Unitary.
It's a little bit more liberal here and there. If you were in Singorn City itself, further inland in the larger capital, you don't find as much of that, especially in the central parts of town. Maybe underground you might. Here it's a little bit. So, there was, while they didn't get cracked down on, people were at least annoyed with them because they, as it turns out, talking around, you find that several of them had arguments with some of the captains that didn't want to give them passage. You're not sure why, just asking around. But you are given a name. The captain of the Homely Barmaid.
Well, it's
His name is Typhus.
Typhus. So I'm guessing he didn't take them. They didn't have enough money to change his mind.
They had an argument with him,
Yeah.
and he refused.
Okay,
But
so
they
it's
went
not-
off with other people.
Yeah.
Other
Let's find
captains
Typhus.
did take them.
You're not sure who did, but at least some of the groups went with other captains, it sounds like.
So is Typhus? Is he around, or you go find him?
It's easy enough. The Homely Barmaid is in port.
Good. Okay, so let's go find Typhus.
Going down the docks to where you know the barmaid is docked, you find. Oh gosh.
Doesn't sound good.
No, I have a bad feeling about something that I might just be extrapolating, but
It could be. You find a fairly good-sized shipping vessel. It looks like a coaster, probably. Like it can handle the open ocean, but a bit broad of beam. Maybe not necessarily something with a very deep draft, but a shallower draft. Not, but a good-sized ship. And coming up, you see a human man with an eye patch on and everything. Tri-corner hat on. Just seems to be leaning back in a chair next to it. Along the docks, there's a couple other crew going about their business, just tidying things up. They don't seem to be going anywhere at the moment. But
There's this parrot. This parrot on his
he does not
shoulder.
have a parrot.
Does
But you
anyone
walk
speak
up, he
Irish?
says, "Yeah,
It's not.
what can I be doing for you today? Have you any business?"
Yes, we do. We are here. We understand that you might have run into some people we know. Not friends of ours, mind you. In fact, we're looking for them, and we're hoping you can help us.
All right, be you bounty hunters? In fact, Some of you look familiar based on something I heard of recently. It escapes the mind. Anyway,
Probably our
Yeah, we
cousins.
killed the blue dragon. It was very famous. We saved the whole city.
I heard about that, but that doesn't seem it.
No, it's probably that.
Okay.
Something off a poster.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Most of our fans probably do.
but who are you looking for then?
We're looking for some people who came through here a few days ago that wanted passage to some place. And we understand you had an interesting discussion with them.
I mean,
Cultists.
those bastards that wanted passage to the island.
Right.
They tried to force their way onto the barmaid. Can't say that I was extremely happy with them.
We're not happy. And you know what?
Cheers to that. But what does that have to do with me?
We want to know where they met.
To the Autumn Isle. I imagine that's where they wanted passage. Not that anybody's really ever been there, but occasionally we pass it or see it through the mists.
Can you describe the Autumn Isle to me, please?
I mean, nobody that I know really ever lands.
Does it
Not
maybe
that's come
have a
back.
distinctive?
How do you know when you see it through the mists? How would you distinguish it from any old other island?
I mean, strange calls, be they animal or something else. Something that looks. It's described by those who have gotten close, which, don't get me wrong, I've never gotten close enough, but by those who have, beyond the strange calls, something that looks like a huge rib cage.
Poor blimey!
So what am I missing?
There's a document,
There's a picture that Z-Pill drew one time about this dream that he had this one time.
and it's like,
And
And
also maybe that one stupid ghost wants us to go.
oh,
The ghost is like, oh, bring me back.
right, but not Soul Gem Ghost.
No, the other one.
This
is
is
like,
this is like random ghosts that,
The
like,
one that showed up in our tent.
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck! I knew it. Let's not go.
Ooh.
Did-
So the
did-
cultists.
Did the other ships that left with the cultists, did those ships go back?
If the cultists are going there, no.
Now that you mention it, no, and that's what I'm quite worried about. My friend Poe was one of the commanders of a vessel, took people out. This is more than a week ago now.
How long does it take to
He's
get there?
not coming back. I mean, it depends. The story is anywhere from a couple days to almost a week. Some say it moves. Some say anybody who lands has never come back. I've never known anybody who has landed.
If it's out there, it will find us, and we will be able to get to the island.
Oh, indeed. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
but
Well, then.
Okay, pissed on you.
Hey, guys,
Hey, come on.
everybody, just we're all.
There's a news story about the incident that happened on the park.
Everybody just calm
I
down.
do-
We're all. Everybody's cool here.
When they wanted
Poor blimey.
passage-
Everything is fine.
Nothing good can come of us going to that island.
Did you deny them passage before they tried to fight their way onto the ship?
Oh, before they were trying to, they had offered me 1,500 gold. They said they had sold every worldly possession and they just needed to get here because their king was coming, and I'm not sure exactly what that meant. I wasn't about to go there. My father told me stories years ago, and then that's when they tried to force their way.
They were desperate.
We killed more than one of them.
Do you still have
hurry
their
with
possessions?
our getting the dragon.
What did you do with their bodies?
What?
The ingredients.
Push them over into the bay like
Oh,
everything
damn.
else.
Because
So
we need, that sounds like.
Did you
we're
loot
getting
them before
closer.
you pushed them over in the bay? Come on, certainly you just didn't leave their stuff on them. I have a
It wasn't
goal
much.
to
They
get
were
them
dressed in
into
rags.
Dragons.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna go to the island or are we gonna kill
No,
dragons?
alright, this is Chrome. Chrome thinks that we need to get these ingredients so when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before this happens.
Before the world ends.
I don't think.
But we're awfully good at getting off on tangents.
I don't think
Maybe we
that.
could get rid of some things on our list.
Yeah.
what it's going
Because we
to.
still need cloth, silk, and something.
I don't think that what's going to happen on that island is going to happen without us there.
Yeah, so let's go after the dragons.
So I think we should take care of the dragons and look for whatever would give us an advantage for the really terrible island that is sure to be bad. And that stupid ghost that's going to be there. And all those stupid cultists.
'Cause I think we determined that the ghost guy,
The guy from another plane of existence.
and
Yeah.
he had something to do with
He,
the original like chaining of the chained oblivion or
Or he
something.
claimed he
He
did,
claimed,
yeah.
but I think our insight checks and stuff, our history
everything
that we
was
read,
true.
He
with,
is
like-
evil,
we
but
didn't know if it was
Yeah.
good or
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
it was kind of a. Oh, and I think you even communed
I
with
did.
Ayun about it, and it was just like good things and bad things happen
Don't
no
trust
matter
him.
what.
Don't
Kind
trust
of
him.
a.
I don't know that we'd be the only person he would reach out to about trying to get him back.
Oh no, it definitely sounds like something a cult would be formed around trying to bring him back from
I-
whatever plane he was in.
I do think eventually we will have to go there. I think that, like I said, I don't think whatever is going to happen there will happen without us there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so we should probably have as many of
I
our
think
things
we should
together
take
that
care
we
of these
could.
dragons,
Yeah,
check a few more boxes off,
yeah.
and then we go to the Dragon Island, and maybe I die really well and I get to see Pillow. Maybe I die really bad. Maybe I eat a lot of people.
All right.
Everybody seems pretty cool with that. Bill.
I have my will made out.
It is notarized.
No, there I.
Have you amended it to guardianship of the metal
That's
child?
actually the last thing I did when we left the swamp was leave everything, all of my worldly possessions to the metal child. So he will be, when he,
sits there with it, doesn't know.
when he
Just
reaches
several
his
hundred
majority,
pamphlets.
when he reaches his majority, he will have all of my early possessions, which is one typewriter, a mask of human flesh that may or may not fit him, some pamphlets, and a mace. And
Sure, you have a
maybe
cloak. Don't you have a
maybe
cloak?
a snack bar. If I can work it right.
I don't know. I don't really care about it, but
Delicious.
I just like to carry it around.
I don't super love that.
It's kind of warm in my pocket.
So gross.
Cool.
Anyway, what are we doing?
Okay,
We are
Do we
going
want-
to
Looking around, Typus is like,
interrupting you so much.
well, no, that's.
You
Good on
can
you.
take us there.
It'll be a little bit of time. We have one or two things
We'll
we
give
need
you
to do.
lots of money.
Screw you guys. And he just walks onto his boat.
There are the boats. I don't like him.
And he yells back, by the way, I'm the best. And the
Not
gangplank
as good
hits
as your
the boat.
mother.
Wait, this is what
This is what the captain says.
I guess it's better alive, coward.
Yeah.
Should
I don't know. I still like.
His
I still like that street shark captain that we met that one time. He was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
to
With the
Uzu.
sky ship.
Uh-huh.
So where do we got to go to kill another dragon?
Go to Uzu.
You might not have to.
Drop off the blue dragon
Oh, I don't-
tail. Go to the swamp.
Yeah.
Do we want to go to Uzu first, or do we
Yeah.
want to go to Black Dragon first, then to Uzu?
Uzu first.
Uzu
Uzu first.
first.
Drop off the scale.
And
But
and
you
the
still have a
amethyst.
blue dragon head,
Yeah.
right? Kind of.
It got heavy. I just kind of like.
Left it on the side of the road.
You could bring back any number of things for
We
you.
have enough tchotchkes, I think, to prove that we killed his blue dragon.
So it's either one of these that we choose. There's gonna be a lot of other stuff. Like if we go see Uzi, it's not gonna be like drop off the stuff, okay, bye. It's gonna be like
Okay, but
we got to go through all this,
Let's-
about all this other stuff going on there.
Robert's mail it.
Prom is making a
Push it
decision.
through the teleportation circle.
Do us a
With a note.
teleportation circle. Do it.
Well, we gotta let them know ahead of time.
Nope.
Oh no! Wait. Yes.
Oh, okay.
One small line in your circle.
Just like one line short. What?
Okay. So who's got the thing?
We need to go back to the villa, don't we, and get our rock and all of that.
No.
No.
We're just gonna do it from the docks.
Yeah, I mean that might be a little obvious.
we have everything we need, don't we?
I think so. You
I
have
do.
the rock.
I mean, the amethyst is
And we're
back
not trying to be
in. Nor do
sneaky.
you still have the amethyst?
I still have
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Do we have
So-
provisions?
We'll get provision.
When have
there.
we ever worried about that?
That's true.
Is there anything else anybody
How do
wants to
we
do in
contact-
Karnak?
I mean, yeah. I
Somebody
mean,
has-
Karnak could have some cool
Does anybody
tourist attractions,
know
or like some
that-
shopping.
Or message? Does anybody know
I've heard they have
message?
museums.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Go check out the library.
There is no library.
Let's,
There's an
Can we-
awesome poison
Oh, the
museum.
library. Draw in the circle. Let's
There's
go.
a great poison
No.
museum.
This is
Contact-
the most. This is the
thing.
most
Oh my God.
libertarian of cities. They do not have a public library.
Do it. Who has the contact thing? What is it that we
Oh, hold it.
The
I have
resonance stone. The
I have one. I have a coin or
The
something.
coin?
Yeah.
Just this coin.
The
Yeah, I've got
walkie-talkie.
that.
Yeah, let
yeah,
let
let them
him
know that we're on a. Yeah. Our,
Yeah, I've got that.
But maybe we should wait for a response before we just.
Yeah, because he definitely said like you're wanted now. We need to find a different way to get you in town. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
Can we contact? Can you contact him for us and see what's up?
Usu, we have something for you. I'm talking into my whatever it is, but this
The coin.
coin. And then I'm gonna flip it around into a head.
new coin. Who dis?
The coin bounces, hits the dock, and rolls.
Well, have to ask for another one.
Did you hear the fish whispering?
You wait just a couple of seconds before you hear. What are you asking exactly?
Usu, it's us, your favorite people in the whole, our favorite group in the whole wide world. We have something for you. We need to come see you.
He's around other people. Oh, hey, Mom. I'll call you back.
Very quickly, before too long anyway, maybe 20 seconds, you hear a response in a low voice. Give me 15 minutes, and then come through the circle.
Love you, bye.
And that's all you hear. You do not
Alright.
hear love you bye.
15 minutes.
What's it we can get up to in 15 minutes?
I would actually. I have a name for the mental child. I've been thinking about it along the wall. Is Planex Tech.
It's what?
He's not going to put it on
Planex
there.
Tech, which in Draconic means the glory of the dawn. If it's a name he would like.
Mm-hmm.
Clinex Tech.
PLAN.
Sounds like acne medicine or something.
It sounds like something from like the Aztec Empire.
It is.
It sounds like. Yeah.
PLANEXPIC.
That makes sense.
So I mean, so is Zippil, but that's where I got the name.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start calling Talon.
It's a good.
What was his name? What did you say his name was?
Planex Tech, which means the glory of the dawn.
Just call him
That's
T
pretty-
Dog.
Don't call him the T-Dog. Dogs are delicious and all, but I don't want to be thinking of food at myself. Is that okay, mental child?
How long does it take for you
Middle
to
child
drive?
looks and just kind of stares off.
It's okay
for
if
a
you don't
second
like it. I
and
can
says, and then kind of slowly stops.
I hug you.
It's very hard and uncomfortable.
It's hard to hug somebody around a tuck break.
What's up, T. Allen?
No.
We just call him T for short.
You can call him that.
All right. Anything else anybody would like to do in 15 minutes?
Is there a potion shop? Just like,
There's some apothecaries and things around you might be able to find potions at. It depends.
should we pop in? Because I don't know if Uzu's going to be able to give us
One of you has been able to find potions in town, so that.
potions, but I mean, maybe if they have more potions and we go to fight the dragon, it wouldn't be a miss.
I wouldn't mind some more poison. I used up my best poison on that dragon and missed.
Don't miss the teleportation circle.
This bus leaves in 10 minutes.
See, you don't have much time. You're near the docks. There's a few shops around. You
One's
want
an
to find
apothecary.
potions?
If there's an apothecary
There's
shop,
an apothecary nearby. Looking at it, they might sell herbs and things. You're not sure if they sell potions.
would I be able to craft a potion?
Sure. If you have the
Honey, what is it?
Kid.
I'm wondering.
Look at this kid.
I have proficiency in alchemy and an alchemy,
you
Yes.
could craft some potions as long as you have.
and
What
the
kind of potion?
there's in Xanathar's guide there's like some examples of things that I could do with certain roles, but I feel like it would be fun to come up with ways that we could combine our proficiencies. Like I use my alchemy skills, and somebody else uses whatever skills, and we come up with something that is.
I have a
I don't
poison
know.
kit. Maybe we could make gold or eternal life.
Or poison.
Combine alchemy and a poisoning kit and make a philosopher's stone.
Time
Yeah.
shares.
Make a mimic that's a gold coin.
Yeah, it occurs to me. I
They
could
had those
probably
back in
use-
the
what
day.
is it?
Or a
Yeah,
hat.
that eats all your other gold.
Remedies
Or a
that
very
used to, like trigger
fashionable
a tiny
hat
bit of a
that's also
reaction
good.
to make you better. I can
Which
use my
is-
poison kit
It's expensive.
and dilute
What?
them and make healing potions.
Maybe.
Working on the I think I want to say it's bot remedies.
All these things are going to take way more than 15 minutes. What are we doing?
Do we want to run in?
I've been working on the.
I'll take a power nap.
Oh,
Alright,
I don't think we're going in.
You can
All
call
right.
me T. Thank you, chum. Oh my god. Is this what I sound like?
That's gonna be Metal Child's
No,
voice.
it's not.
Okay, we can change it.
Oh my god. That's so
I got to find
I
an
was
accent for
thinking like a
child.
Stephen Hawking. Like,
I mean, that's pretty
I
cool.
would like do that Yul Brenner voice. Godlike
Thank
voice.
you, chum. Oh my god. Is this what I sound like?
I was thinking more like Jarvis, but yeah. Just a slightly bored, very British voice.
Or like somebody that.
No.
Hello,
All right.
my name.
were you into.
Okay, so 15 minutes passing by after taking a power nap for Gundar. You finish drawing your circle.
Yep.
It lights up, and you see kind of this almost wormhole effect, like that seems to be like flowing into itself. And as you all step through,
Oh. Alright, I'm going last.
you're going last.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm activating my belt before I go through.
What's that bell?
Coming through, feeling that familiar feeling of being just like sucked through a tiny, tiny straw through to eternity by your belly button. Just you're suddenly all stumble out a little bit, just catching your feet onto the floor of the familiar teleportation circle chamber in the Towers of Urek. You find that there's none of the regular guards around, but standing in front of you is Usu, who just kind of stretches you all and says, "Follow me very quickly," and brings you very quickly and through a couple different kind of back hallways to his study room. Locks the door after you get all in and says, "All right, you acquired the Blue Dragon skill then?" Sure. Like that. As I said before, we had thought we had a line on the White Dragon, and he holds one up too. There was recently an encounter in the wildlands north of Wildmount, and
Can I ask a question?
yes,
Does Uzu know about the island?
he does not know about. He knows in general about the cultists that were in Singor, and some of the theory crafting about what's going on around that, because they think the Chain of Oblivion is trying to break free, but not specifically. I mean, he knows about the island you had described, but not that it's connected to cultists.
I didn't know that I described it to him. That's why I was gonna ask. But whenever you're done.
You had, and then I think I think I had told this to you.
There's 6 power anchors. Power.
Well, that's about because they think one of the anchors might be your sword. But also the island that you had seen in your dream, he had some research done by the librarians on it, and they had found that it had possibly been the place where my brains.
Where he got chained away.
Well, not just where he got chained away, but where the Divine Gate was created, which is where all the Prime Deities and the Betrayer Gods were locked out of the material realm.
And the ghost trick.
And at the same time, that, yes. According to him, by accident. So. In any case.
Uzu,
So, with the scale, sees it, yes.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you again.
No, you're good.
Is he done about the white dragon? I just want
Yeah, there wasn't much to it. Just that you don't have to track down a white dragon.
The island? You know, the island?
Yes, the
Yeah, the Autumn Island. There was, where they got sent away.
yes.
There's maybe a bunch of cultists heading to it. It's really bad. Uzu.
That's alarming. Well, you didn't check this out?
We thought it was more important to kill dragons.
I mean, we
It's on our list.
just found out about it.
Yeah, we came to tell you.
Well, I mean, it's geez. Well,
We didn't check it out, but you didn't even know about it till now. So
this is true. This is
you're
true.
welcome.
That is a extremely, maybe the most powerful magical nexus on Exandria.
Oh.
Maybe that should be a priority.
We
If there is a large cult headed there, there
did not know that.
could be some complications, especially as we don't have the item you are trying to assembled yet. But if we could keep him from being ever brought back in anyway, we wouldn't need it.
Good question.
Yes.
How does teleportation work? Do you need to have been somewhere before?
I think it's something you're familiar with.
Being the
Well,
I
it's
take a big inhale.
So quantum. Well, no, that's too far.
In 1972.
Yeah. What do you mean? How does teleportation?
So I've seen the island, even if it was just in my dream.
Mhm.
Is there any way you could use my memory, maybe by accessing that really big purple rock?
Did you see a teleportation circle on the island?
I saw that bunch of circles.
Did you see a series of Stargate-esque runes around the circle that would lead to some sort of
Giant star.
yeah?
It was a bit pulled back from that.
Like
So
a-
no, I didn't.
I need like 8-dimensional coordinates.
Can you go back there in your dream?
I can see if I can make myself dream about it.
We can hypnotize you.
I think the short answer is I got to know
I didn't
the
know if there
URL
was any way we could
get me
use the
pointed right at it.
amethyst to amplify.
He needs the right IP address to.
Yeah, I need an IP address.
Okay.
We could end up all in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
Or just inside out.
we don't want to all become inside outers. I've met a few of those. They're not fun. Inside outers, people that have their insides on the outside. It's a thing.
Usu cocks his head and says, "It's not." In any case,
Also,
it's just called dead.
does it matter if the cultists seem to not be the same cults as what we're dealing with?
There's several different cults going right now. We're worried about a bunch of them. I'm not sure. Something is happening in any case at a very apparently something is happening at a very powerful magical nexus.
Now, I'm going to be upset if we've been killing these dragons and you're saying that we might not even.
Yeah, there's a way that we
leave
could just circumvent all of that.
the-
Have you not had a good time?
I guess.
Okay, never mind
Yeah.
that question. Have you not made a lot of money doing this?
Got a good bit of loot.
I've
also.
enjoyed
Yeah.
killing the dragons.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
You were brought into this because you seemed good at it and interested in profit. So you were brought into this because I didn't want you on my hands anymore.
Won't be on your hand either.
Teleportation, and I
Fair.
don't know if this would work.
Mhm.
But what if we take all one
I
of
mean,
all
y'all could have
his
just
circles
avoided all
we've
that by not
described
being racist
and
towards
send it to
dwarves.
Griselda?
We-
down the teleportation circle.
You're not
If
sure
you don't
exactly
use
what
anything on
race.
the island.
We don't know how to. We can't
Well, I didn't
send
say
anything
him, I said
to
y'all.
get to the island yet. We don't know.
I have
the
to have
rooms.
I have to have a
Yeah.
permanent teleportation circle to target.
He doesn't have the
Home
like.
base.
Yeah.
What's the other?
That I'm looking
Yeah.
for the other one. I don't even know if I have a high enough spell slot for it. But
I
it's
don't think
just
you
like
do quite yet.
I think you do. Points to rock.
That does not change.
Yes, it does. I pointed to the rock.
there is a spell.
As you point to it, Usu says, what is that?
It's going to
yeah.
Could I examine it?
Yeah, so what you do is you cast a spell and touch it.
Yeah, you put the spell here
Just do that.
and spell go real big over there.
I'm not. You're saying it amplifies spells.
Does
It's a make bigger a fire rock.
Does it just
Hey,
change
isn't
the area effect, or does it change all other aspects of it?
I mean, it
We don't-
seems to
I don't think we
change.
know yet.
You're not quite sure. You only cast one spell into it, and it made his brain bleed.
It's an awesome fire. It makes more awesome whatever.
And I
you
just
do to
examined it for just a moment.
Sure. Be careful.
I mean, I'm not going to
Well, I
take
just
it.
remembered he said that. So nobody really knows a lot about the island because in the past we've gotten the addresses from documents or the library doing research, but nobody knows a lot about this island. Eh?
Right.
So they
nobody's
wouldn't
ever been
know.
back.
Okay.
As far as they know, there's.
Okay.
They
I
don't
went
know
there in
anybody
a
who's
dream
been to this island.
once. I don't think that was it.
Is there a more powerful wizard who can
Can I speak to your manager?
Shoot. Yes. The break-in that was in the dispatches, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Peter, I just handed him the paper.
Yeah. Reading over it, he says it sounds like something important was probably stolen by use of the distraction of the battle. Not sure what would be there, as I'm not part of the Alabaster Lyceum. I could check with my contacts, maybe.
Yeah.
That's all we needed.
All right. I will have somebody. I will have my contacts look into it.
Should we ask the much money?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What? Sure.
What the promissory note? Or is that what you're talking about?
Do you know a good bank?
Several.
We can't get to it.
Yeah, we can't leave the room.
Well, we can send somebody else there.
But do we trust him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you got somebody that can cast pollen.
it's true.
Oh, I can also alter self. I got lots of ways I can.
I mean, we don't have to. I was just wondering if we wanted to put it in
It's
the bank.
risky either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is because I mean this is a pretty big city.
It is.
I mean, this promissory note could be. I guess I show it to the Usu and
How
say,
do you
like,
get it?
I tell somebody
Handed
that
around. We're just all.
I don't know. I don't even know. Remember who has it? Who got it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Show Usu the note. Is there a place that we could redeem this value?
Usu tries to take it, but people won't quite let go of it.
You might just. you
But
might
just okay, and reads it as you hold on to the edge of it. This is for the Taldori military. You'd have to imagine go to Iman or some other good-sized town or city in Taldori.
So not this one.
This is Singor.
This
So
is Seymour.
I could check. To the
Oh,
north.
we're taking us all over. I
So,
hope
do you
not.
think it would be more prevalent to go after the dragons or the cultists?
I know about the.
Well, it's not just the dragons. I mean, from the deal you made, it sounds like you were about to find your last dragon scale, and you wouldn't have to fight for it. However, there are other
Yeah.
elements that are needed, including somebody to forge the thing.
What was the last
And law.
skill we needed?
Black.
The
black
There's
one.
black, but then there's also the web of webbing from
Silk of
the
law.
layer of law.
And is that those are the last? Are those the last two?
That's it.
And I mean,
Easy
some-
peasy.
Didn't
What do you
we?
have?
I have a black dragon skill. It's on my shield.
Is it recent?
Oh, what the fuck?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Take him down.
Hold on.
Ew.
I'm out because I offered the red dragon scale and we all
This is
said
something
it
they
was
found out.
useless.
Yeah, anything that's already been brought into a different enchantment will
Oh.
no
It's already
longer
in
work
part
for
of.
this.
Yeah, it's already a part of something else.
Yeah.
Rip.
It has
I
to be
don't know
fresh.
why
It
I
has to be
said-
fresh.
And also, we get to kill dragons.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't like this dragon ring.
Also, didn't we?
You don't know.
We're
Wasn't
going to-
there a forge that we found or heard in a mine?
Oh, like a magic forge.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that
Would
this
that be a thing?
island was the place where the chains were forged?
I mean, it was. There's not a forge there per se.
How
but
do you
it
know?
was-
You haven't been there.
I've read the histories. The actual elements were forged in other places. The magic itself happened at the Nexus
Something
on the island.
Just thought maybe.
As far as I know, there's maybe 2 or 3 places you could get the magic item you're looking that you've been assembled and forged.
Okay.
One of them is in Lyringorn, to the north, in the
South
far
north.
north of Taldore.
Pretty safe place. Easy to
Cold.
get to.
Very
It's called the Free
convenient.
City. It's many people of different races go there because they don't want to be under the rule of one of the major empires.
That sounds like my kind of place.
Sounds like
Mm-hmm.
The other
Sounds like it smells like that.
is through a little used interplanal portal.
Also sounds like something I'd be into. Tell me more.
A city at the center of all creation.
Duh.
Do you think they could get us to the island?
And possibly it is sometimes referred to as the city of doors or the city of
City of dwarves.
doors.
Doors. Very small doors.
Anything in that city might
You would be okay, the rest of us no.
any portal
I'm a
in that
door.
city. In other words, any door, any entrance, any window, any large
Egress or
Where?
might be a portal to a different plane.
City of doors.
It's
the
hard
center
to
of the
know.
world.
It is known
But you could get us there?
words. I mean, we could get you there. It's a dangerous place.
All the more.
I don't know why we haven't just been trying to get there this whole time. It sounds awesome.
I mean,
It's an extremely dangerous place ruled by an interdimensional being.
Omnidimensional being, it sounds like.
Known as the city of Sigil.
Sigil.
Seagull?
Sigil. Like sigil, like something as a rune or something like that, but pronounced differently.
Was that
Sounds like it's sigil.
In
Just
any
saying
case,
it's different.
Yes, it's the center of the universe that we know.
We'd be
Known
right around
universe. Sounds amazing. Reminds me of the Lost Room.
The interdimensional being who rules there is known as the Lady of Pain.
Ooh, she sounds like my type of woman.
She is no one's type of woman. I've been there once. I will not go back.
What is
Yeah,
You've
maybe
been
it's you. Come on.
But you're a
Uzu.
nerd.
Uzu, you've
Sounds
been
like
there?
S&M.
What is her, how does she get along with Paylor?
No other deities, gods, or any powers have power there.
Alright, well, let me know how it goes.
Does she like leather?
I'm no one sure exactly what she likes.
Uzu lifts up his shirt.
Wait, but Uzu, you said you've been there.
Yes, I've been there. And
To the city
I
of
did,
Sigil?
I did not
And the Lady
meet
of
the Lady
Pain.
of Pain, and I'm glad from the stories that I have not.
What'd you
Go
do?
to-
What'd you do in Sigil?
Let's do a lot of magic through.
I spoke to several different beings from other planes, even from different versions of our own plane.
So what do you look like in a different version? What do I look
I
like?
have not met myself from a different version of our plane, but they are out there.
He's so cool, like a doppelganger.
So, what do you suggest we do next?
Sounds like he's telling us to go to Sigil. I think that should be our ultimate goal.
you
We go
don't
there
have
right now.
everything
We need
you
an audience
need
with the Lady of
to
Pain.
No.
make
Oh, good.
the
We need
betrayers shackles yet.
Have such sights to show.
I was just about to say.
It's
I can show you a universe of pleasure. You have never known.
YouTube, so watch it.
To get there, all you need to do is solve this puzzle box.
Oh, I love it.
Fish hooks.
Let me go.
Mm. So no other god has power there. So I'm gonna
No other god or
You and
other
me both.
entity has ultimate power
I
there,
feel
except
the
for the
people
Lady
like
of
this.
I can
Hate.
see you with your pamphlets going, have you heard about Pale?
If I give out enough, I'll get
It is.
power.
It is at the center of the Outlands where no magic works at all, and yet somehow magic works within the city.
So the Outlands is in the center of the universe,
But this city is at the center of the Outlands.
which is at the center of the universe.
Yes.
But it's called the Out. It's complicated.
So
The cosmology of all of this is very complicated and doesn't quite make sense, but
So
Black Dragon scale?
we should keep collecting items for.
yes, but I'm also worried about this city, this island you speak of, just because
Well,
it's
flip a
up-
coin.
I'm not sure what to do.
So if we go there without all the stuff we need, we take the cultist on,
I mean, if you
are we
could
going to be
stop
strong
them,
enough to defeat them?
if you could stop them.
I kind of like to finish things on my list.
I still think that whatever is going to happen on that island will not
Yeah.
happen without us.
I
I
think
think
you're right.
if we go there with the weapon, after we get the Black Dragon scale, we get the secretions of law,
Technically.
and then we go to the Door City, and we try to keep a very low profile.
I'm so meeting already.
But, I
We'll probably
mean,
have
so
to use sigil to get
they're trying to.
the loss.
Do you think? How'd you
Yeah,
get
we
there
can
last
do it.
time?
Huh?
Didn't you go there before?
What?
Where?
We haven't been to the lady.
You,
No, law.
Law.
Yeah.
Lolth, you
I think we may have been
You're
drawn into like.
you were kind of there.
Yeah.
You're talking
Oh
about
yeah,
like,
we
the
were
demon
sort
web
of
pits,
both.
The
places
Demon
at
Web
once.
Pits, they ran into a pyramid and decided to
Yeah.
channel magic into a throne.
Yeah.
That's always smart.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
And it
did.
I thought
crossed
you
over.
said-
It made it basically a crossover in dimensions. And so
Like
they were
both at the same
coexistent in Demon Web Pits as well as the material plane at the same time and met Lolth. And that's why they had their fun tattoos for a while.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the 6 anchors that
She's not happy with
they talked
hearing
about.
this.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't know you.
The 6 anchors, is that to
There are
raise the chain?
There are 6
Oblivion?
anchors that were used to within the material plane to chain the chain of Oblivion, because
Okay.
past all the other betrayer gods and all the other prime deities, he was harder to contain and therefore had to be extra chained.
So what do the cultists have to do to bring?
Mass suicide.
Do
I
we
mean,
know? Do we know?
in
Like,
in theory, they would have to destroy or render inert at least more than half of the. But
okay.
they don't know of any others. Like, there are people who protect the others, but they're purposely mostly kept separate and not aware of. So nobody knows where all the or even more than one at a time of the anchors are. He just thought that maybe your sword might be an anchor.
I think we should do crops.
What is Crumbs?
So let's go kill a black
Kill
dragon.
everything?
Scale, string, door, weapon.
Lady of Pain is.
Well, that's the door.
That's
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
yes.
Wait, what? Why would we go to the door?
The door of city.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why we got
not
to
the door of city. The
Because we
city
have
of
to
door.
forge the
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, so that's the okay.
and then
One
use
way.
that as a
One way.
way to get to the island.
But there's another forge too, but we want to go the cool.
Oh, so if we did that, we would be able to maybe forge what we need, and then also
Go
just
to
step
the
through a door to get to the island.
That's hope.
We're guessing.
If everything goes exactly how we need it to,
Well, I guess according to the lore that Usu just laid down for us, there's definitely a door that would take us to the island.
but it's not a matter of access.
Right,
I mean, it's gonna be really interesting no matter what you guys do. So
True.
it's up to you.
I'm with Prom
I've built
I
out
would like
both,
to talk
both
to
options.
Black Dragon again.
and the metal
Talk
child.
to it.
Well, next deck is also with Prom. Isn't that right, metal child?
Oh, now that you.
So my next check, you gotta find a shorter name than that. But the metal child looks at you and says, Doesn't say anything. But
One day I'll have a voice.
but looks at you and kind of slightly shrugs. I mean, they don't have a mouth, so they can't do that. But yeah.
He says yes. It's very clear.
I'm gonna take you. I'm just gonna stand with you.
Making him a trench coat out of a magic hat.
How many souls can I put in a scroll? Nice.
But you have one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a particular reason?
You'll find out when
No,
one it is.
just
Well,
He's given reasons.
Have no voices. All right. So
Yeah.
you all,
Yeah.
what's the consensus here?
I'm going with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Go into
Black
go with the plan, going to the Black Dragon, trying to get the scale.
No, we're getting the scale.
yeah.
One way or the other. I'm totally okay with killing.
Me too. I hate dragons.
This is not my favorite dragon. Crom, I know, is up for good dragon killing.
Let's go smack a black dragon.
Standing up, Usu says, "Well, I can send you to Bronbog. At least I've never been to the Black Dragon's lair,
Close.
but
We have been there. You can't use our ideas.
I mean, I can.
No, but he
I can
can
try.
He can.
Do I know the
Right.
teleportation circle to Bronbach?
There is no teleportation circle in Bronbog.
Oh, he's gonna get us there using his.
He's been to Bronbog, so he can. He has. What's the?
Well,
I can't remember the
powerful
name
is
of
He's
the.
also been to the sea, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's.
much more well.
That's a plane ship. And there is a stable portal.
Yes.
From what he said, there's a
Okay.
there's a stable portal that exists to there.
There's a 7th level
Somewhere.
spell called Teleport, which
Yes.
does allow you to just kind of like go to a place that you know about, or even try to go to a place you don't know about.
But if you haven't been there, yeah, the
The rolls get
the
more
rolls get
dangerous.
more dangerous. You might
Yeah.
end up inside a mountain.
Yeah, you're halfway inside a wall.
Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah, the Eldritch. Name of the ship? That was the name of the ship.
Eldridge.
Yeah, Eldritch.
Not Eldrick. That'd be a little too on the
No,
nose.
it was, I'm gonna go with it.
What?
The Philadelphia experiment. That
Totally real thing that definitely happened.
Somebody
They were-
said in 1942 a ship in the Philadelphia Navy Yard disappeared for like 5 minutes and then reappeared, and like all the sailors were fused into the walls.
Some were fused with the walls. There's a lot of varying stories about what happened.
there's been a few movies.
For sure,
I
that
think
was
they
you
had
at
the
that
ship-
Philadelphia.
For those 5 minutes, the ship was in
In Bell?
another harbor. Like it was sighted like thousands of miles
Yeah.
away up the coast.
It totally didn't do any of those things.
Yeah.
Because the government can't keep a secret, and we would know that.
But back in this universe, all
The
right.
USS Eldridge.
Usu starts drawing the circle to help you. It takes a few minutes. Just to draw, I think, something like that.
For a teleport.
Yeah, something like that. 11 minutes.
You can cast teleport with one action. If that's the spell is used.
Yep. So, as you are waiting for him to draw this, you have the highest. It's a perception of 19, I believe.
19.
Or
All the
close
good
to it
stuff.
anyway. In
All I
any case,
learned is pain. Nothing good.
as you are waiting, you suddenly feel odd, as if just around you, almost reality just slightly warps.
Who just
Nobody else quite
Ah.
perceives this right now, but Zibble does, and you're just like, what? And the rest of you, there is maybe a couple minutes later, just gazing out the window of the study here, which looks out to the west, you notice the trees seem to be moving off in the distance, almost in a wave. And it's the closer tree, eventually the closer trees even in the city, just suddenly, it's almost as if a great wind blasts them. and a light very far off in the distance seems to appear, just a faint glow.
We just got nuked, y'all.
I was thinking Macbeth.
Um,
A place where forest it just
Tunguska.
yeah.
you
Like
don't,
Tunguska.
but other than that, I mean, just it just seems odd. I don't know, Zippel, if you repeat that to everybody else.
Just that reality.
Oh, that's what
But
G-Pill
Are
is
you okay?
seeing.
Zippel feels the kind of warp in reality. The rest of you see the trees kind of do this thing, and this glow. It seems like just on the horizon somewhere off, and maybe some
How
clouds.
long does this experience last?
Just a second or so, like just something, just odd. You've never experienced before, and it just.
Does that happen to be the direction of the island?
I mean,
We don't
the island would be off the west coast, but there's a lot of Singhorn even between you and the coast at this point because you just teleported to pretty far inland.
Yeah, guys.
Well, I mean, are we in the process of teleporting?
Yeah,
I mean, he's drawn the circle. You're not. He's not done yet.
Did he notice it?
He's pretty intent on the circle. Doesn't seem.
Hold on.
Tell us what.
Something weird just happened. I don't like.
Yeah, I saw it too out the window.
No, it was like a.
Yeah, the trees were like.
No, shut up! In the stomach,
Are you gassy?
but of like the
It's
brain. No, it's not gas.
You
I
eat
was-
some bad brains, or
No, it's something. Feel good about something. And it's really vague,
you
so
had a bad feeling.
I don't. I know it enough to not like it, but I don't know enough about it to know why I don't like it. So maybe
Well, that's good. So,
I know that was like not.
what do we do now? Do we keep going?
I'm just saying maybe we keep our eyes out and be ready when we get there because I. Also, can you like? It's.
I mean, it's up to you. Like you're not sure what to do with it, and it just was a momentary thing.
Also, out the window,
The trees were moving.
Get out,
stuff. Yeah.
out of here.
It was like a shockwave moving across, like in a high wind.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take the port. Get out of here.
All right, let's do that. I don't know
Does
that-
you two want to come with us? Get out of here.
I don't know that we're going to have a lot to come back to. I don't know.
The portal, though, as he finishes, opens, and you're all jumping through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you telling us that you have a really, really bad feeling?
Yes, and then I'm drawing my weapons and I'm jumping through, and I'm also saying that I don't know that we're going to have a lot to come back to.
I hear him say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab Usu and just jump through the portal.
Oh no!
I mean, last. I'm not
No.
doing it before.
Make a just a.
No.
He's not. He's. I mean, he's not especially strong, but make a
He's going to get so
make a contested strength check.
So he's
Oh, I
wanted by
think
the
that's a
city.
grapple.
And the only guy that was.
With bonus allowed.
Oh my god, like, trust me, alright?
and
You pulled it out of
two,
proportion.
and he's not exactly. a high strength class.
22.
Remember that one time where I forced
So, yeah,
my
you
nose
easily
into
enough
somebody
just
and it made us big
bring
time
them
drama?
So as you all land, the familiar feeling happening, but you find yourself suddenly kind of stumbling out, not in a circle, but in the kind of central area near the ruins of the old temple in the center of Braunbog.
Paid a lot of money. That's still in ruins?
A week and a half.
They've got nothing else to do.
Just,
I'm scrambling to my feet, weapon battle ready as soon as I can.
and you see Gundar with you pulling along Usu, who is
good.
with you now.
They didn't become like a Brundlefly version
Just
amalgamation of Usu and Gundar.
He's attached to my.
A Gundusu.
Klaatu, like
Gundusu.
From Total Recall?
Yeah.
Singing
Usu.
Brundlefly. From...
Uzu, what are you doing here?
Sir.
Saved your life.
No,
I was about to
that's
say,
a good point.
Did nobody else see the massive explosion coming towards our way?
I didn't necessarily. I was concentrating. I didn't. What?
Can anybody scry? Maybe we should scry Iman.
I'm not scrying. You're scrying.
You're the cleric here. Can you scry?
I mean, I can.
I would probably scry with the Orby thing.
Is this?
Never scry before. Let me see what I need to do. You can see in here particular person on a plane of existence.
I mean, I guess we could also like be describing to Usu what we saw: a giant flash, and there was sort of like a shock wave.
That's not the spell I thought it was going to be.
Kind of like when I do a thunder wave spell, but just like real big, and flash on the horizon. Felt a great disturbance in the force.
So like
thousands of voices crying.
I mean, you can scry on a particular creature.
Yeah,
Depends
that's
on the plane, you know.
not what I was.
I mean, it depends on what you want to do. What do you want to see? If somebody's still alive, you know,
Yeah.
further out west, or
I wanted to have somebody hop back and look at the city we just left.
okay.
There's some.
I mean, you know several people from the city. You could scry on Mutarek, the
He's not in Amman,
no, he's not, but he's in Karnaf.
but
which
I
is
didn't
further
want to
west.
scry on Karnak.
Yeah, but the explosion was way out
close.
west.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was coming from the west anyway, but you're not sure how far west.
Alright.
They're
So, I mean, I
they're
guess we could scry
hundreds
a
of miles
couple of
apart.
people.
Yeah, I mean, you in Singorn, you know, with Usu with you now, you know, oh gosh,
We know that runner.
yeah, you know the runner, whose name I can't remember. Come on, notes.
Alright, so. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Who needs to make wisdom?
With Taurus.
Yeah, he does. He fails.
What's it?
Or less. That's the.
What's Garnet like? Where is he? Because like if he was in a tower, really like on a mountain, very high up, that'd be super useful.
I mean, you immediately like your perception fades out from around you, and it's almost like you're being flown over like a landscape just very quickly, faster than you can see things going by, and suddenly it stops, and you can see in front of you the familiar visage of Mutarek, who seems to be standing in a courtyard. Everything around him is a bit fuzzy, but you can see him very clearly, and seems to be just looking very intently at something.
Can I check to see what he's looking at?
Make a perception check.
Natural perception of 19 too.
You gotta make a check.
17.
I mean, around him, like I said, it gets a little fuzzier when you get past the subject and you can't see very far. You can see that, I mean, it's not even midday yet, like it's earlier in the day, and yet there seems to be a fairly bright light on his face, like fairly directly wherever he's looking to out of this courtyard.
He's
There's
looking
a bright light from like almost the horizon. Like,
from the wood.
I mean, it could be. You can't tell what direction he's facing, but he's facing what looks like a bright light when the sun should be almost overhead.
I feel like Usu should be able to.
Snow.
I feel like he would have us. Hey, Usu, do you have what are they called? Like the sensors, the magic eyes, or do you have a way to
Scout west and see
look
what the
back
ocean is.
home?
Give me a moment. Leave. And he starts just mumbling to himself,
Yeah, just justice. Check it out.
and it sounds like he's talking to somebody, and then he stops to listen. And says, one of my associates in Singorn says there is some type of large flash on the horizon, a shockwave, and nothing since in the last few minutes.
Ask me if it was out to the wood.
He said it was to the west. There's no the ocean is technically to the west of Singhorn, but it's not near. So
If I'm still in Scrying, can I do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm looking at the bright light. I just want to do an Arcana check.
yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Nope. Can I do a direction check to see?
No, I mean it's really because your perception check would have
Yeah.
been that, but it's very hard to know.
Yeah.
So
Scrying is technically on an individual. It's not
Yeah.
on necessarily everything around him.
Usu, do you know what does this sound like?
It sounds like a major event has happened, and you pulled me away from where I should be when it is happening.
Well, he made it sound like the
Teleport
place was
right
about
back.
to go boom.
Uzu, I don't.
Can't you just teleport right back though? Like, you know how to teleport.
And
I'm going to be going back and trying to figure out what's happening. In the meantime,
You want to
continue
come on an
on.
adventure with us?
Uzu,
I do not.
Oh,
and
we
he
did.
starts taking out his chalks and like
Uzu,
incense and
before
stuff.
you go, I think it might have something to do with the island. Oh, can you look into that first?
And what did you?
We will be looking into it.
If it's the island, we need to know because of the cultists and its symbols.
Yes. I will contact you.
And the dwarf,
Specifically you.
the dwarf. But how are you going to do that? I don't have air.
I have my ways.
Well, I don't.
You will when I contact you.
Okay, and also the dwarf team who's trying to save your life.
It's appreciated. Thank you.
We also,
High five,
what did we
please.
leave? What did we leave with him? We left him with like
Pull out my brain.
the blue scale and the big amethyst.
Yeah.
Did we leave
Wait,
you?
I did.
That's early.
Because he knows exactly what that means.
Yeah.
You all have no idea about Usu, by the way.
Crom has left the amethyst.
You left the amethyst back there? Okay. And of course the blue scale.
Keep it. Yeah.
I didn't think he was coming with us. We said we were going to leave him.
So if there's nothing else you really need me for at the moment,
We still have
and
promise.
figure out what happened.
As long as Singhorn's still there,
Yeah, we
we
should
can
have
go back.
that. Wouldn't leave it.
That's true.
Yeah. Keep us up to date on what you find out about.
You
I
could
don't
end
know.
up teleporting to the middle of a tower that doesn't exist
He
anymore.
told with everything that did there.
He's got fly. That's it. All right, and he goes over to the driest portion of kind of open area he can find and
Yeah,
starts
really.
to draw.
We're in this
The
one.
bog.
You're in a
lands.
swamp. He finds a nice porch somewhere and starts kind of drawing a smaller version of it. And you all are left. I think that's probably where we're going to end this week. You are in Bronbog. You're going to find your way to the Black Dragon. Something has happened, and you're not sure what.
Rombog, is that? Where is that?
In the Dream Sea Marsh.
Where you had found the it's towards the eastern coast, about halfway down the continent of Taldore.
It's my home.
It's like on the other side of the mountains from Singhorn.
Go see it.
I don't think that's a good thing. I would go on record as saying
Things
that's
aren't
probably
good or
a good
bad.
thing.
It's just
Things just
happened.
happen.
No, I'm pretty sure this is the bad thing. I would go on record as saying it was a bad thing.
I mean, bad is subjective.
No, I'm pretty
Bad for you might be pretty good for.
For some of you, it might be very good. You don't know.
Maybe it was the creation of a second sun.
Well, then I had to pick which
It
one
is
to
Sun
follow.
God Jr.
Exandria already has 2 moons, 2 suns, which is match.
No, because then they would
Makes
be playing
lycanthropy
favorites.
very complicated.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you could be a
Twice as
double vampire, double werewolf.
Or
Or
is a double vampire? I don't know. If that math works.
Attractive vampire.
Yeah, vampires got it real hard with 2 suns.
Trying to make